Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Pro Invitation of the Muju Showdown featuring Tekken. We had some amazing action yesterday, some great people qualified for today. 4 of them managed to qualify. We, of course, are joined today once again by the fabulous Fergus and Jax. Fergus is a 2-time Tekken World Tour finalist from Dublin and a notable content creator. And then Jax, of course, is a long-time scene member with experience in the commentating field. Welcome on in, guys. Fergus and Jax, how are we feeling about today?
Oh, I mean, I think the quality of the matches today are going to be like insane. So I'm really excited to see what we're going to get coming up. I know most of the players in this bracket, so it's going to be a real like excitement to watch. Considering like these people, me and Jax will know them as well, so we'll definitely have a lot to say for them.
Yeah, honestly, just really excited to see some good Tekken. Always excited to see some sick Tekken, you know? And I think that the matches today, the quality that we ended with yesterday should be the quality that we maintain the whole way through today, which is always exciting to see. The matches at the end of yesterday, honestly, most of the way through yesterday were fantastic, and towards the end, even better. So hoping to keep that level going and only increase it towards as we get towards the end today.
Let's not forget we have the beautiful, the fabulous Muju Showdown trophy right here. This is what's up for grabs today to all 16 participants. This is what they're fighting for. This is what they're trying to take home, the Muju Showdown trophy. As much as I want to keep it, I've been told I'm not allowed, and I have to give it to the winner of the tournament today. Immediately, we're going to give you a question to try win some prizes. There's going to be plenty of prizes for you guys to win today. As long as you're open and you're an Irish resident, you can win a prize today. So, Irish residents only for these prizes. But of course, let's not forget, Muju is the perfect combination of milk mixed with the most satisfying flavors of banana, strawberry, and chocolate. And once again, thanks to Muju for organizing this Muju Showdown featuring Tekken. So, are you ready for the first question of today? Let me know if these are easier or harder than yesterday. Well, let's go. Question number 1. What martial art does Hwarang practice? And I'm sorry if I butchered the pronunciation. Let me know. What do you guys think? What is the answer to that question? Again, what martial art does Hwarang practice? The first person to get it correct will win the prize. Who is it? Who do we think it is? Who? What martial art do we think it is? Does anybody have the answer straight off the bat? Let me know. Remember, it's not karate. It's not kickboxing. No, it's neither of those two, chat. Keep trying. Maybe you'll get it correctly. Judo. Are you just going to name every martial art until you get the right one? That's not how it works. Surely someone in the chat knows the answer. Surely for Sai, no, it's not kickboxing. It's not Tai Chi. You're running out of options now. Dr. Shy Guy, congratulations. You got it correct. Well done. Dr. Shy Guy, congratulations. You got it correct. Well done, and win yourself a little Muju goodie. Congratulations to Dr. Shy Guy DD. Congratulations. Well done, my friend. You're not taking home this trophy, but you are taking home a Muju prize. So well done, Dr. Shy Guy. Congratulations. Guys, how are we feeling about the overall tournament today? Obviously, we've seen 4 people advance from yesterday to today. I know I asked you at the end of the stream yesterday, but has your mind changed overnight? Do you think any of them have a chance to take home the trophy today, or do you have the same favourites from yesterday you think are going to take home the W today?
I mean, there's so many players in today's tournament that could take it, like more than a handful for sure. But so it's hard to call out, even like in the recent tournaments that we had in Ireland, both online and offline, the top 3 and 4 placements always kind of change a bit. So I really cannot tell for today, but I know it'll be a bloodbath, essentially.
And important to note that a difference from yesterday to today is the double elimination, right?
Yeah.
Losing doesn't mean you're out. So you have more of a chance to adapt, come back, and show off. Like one bad set isn't going to knock you out today. You have more of a chance to show your ability. So honestly, it will. Word of the day yesterday was adaptation. I think it's going to come down to that again today.
Yeah, that was the key thing yesterday that we noticed was adaptation, and how we noticed that people were able to adapt as they went further on in yesterday's tournament to qualify for today. So it's going to be big and it's going to be exciting today. Remember, like Jack said, it is a double elimination tournament today. Like he said, mentioned, If someone loses once, they still have one life, one opportunity. Do not let this slip. Like B Rabbit said, they have another opportunity to survive in this tournament, but if they lose that, they are unfortunately out. But I think we're going to get into the action here pretty quickly, and I think we're ready for the first matchup straight away. You guys should be excited for this. This should be amazing action today from some pro level players. We're starting the game in just a minute, but once again, let's give a special shout out to Muju. It's amazing, absolutely beautiful drink with beautiful flavors, such as strawberry, banana, and chocolate. Let me know in the chat what your favorite flavor is, but I'm going to show off the trophy once again. How beautiful is it? How good would that look? Look on the top of my Christmas tree. If I could just look, just pretend my arm isn't blocking my Christmas tree, and how beautiful would that look on the top of my Christmas tree? On second thoughts, I might keep it. I don't know. If they let me keep it, I will, but probably not. But we're ready for the first matchup, guys. Are we excited?
Yeah, I mean, we got BG and we got freaking Fracker, so you know, like some interesting characters here. We've seen a lot of Victor in yesterday's tournament with Tiernan's run, but not Leroy. I think it's the first time we've seen this character. So let's see how both these players you know, control their characters.
Already starting off with a great block on the low right away into a punish that gets parried. The most Leroy thing possible.
Perfect victory straight away. That's very impressive start.
Yeah. That round was all, to be honest. I really want to see freaking Fracker kind of establish a little bit more, get those punishes, which he's already doing. Establishing space. Good duck. All right, low pokes coming in.
Yeah. Are you guys familiar with both of these players in this matchup, yeah?
We've seen them play a decent bit. A lot recently, honestly, there's been a big new wave into the Irish Tekken scene for offline events. And these are two players that we wouldn't have seen basically at all in Tekken 7, who've shown up a lot more in Tekken 8 and starting to really establish themselves coming to events now.
Yeah, I know in Big G's case, like I think his first big event was the IGN Winter Showdown that we had. So and like he had a super strong performance. He got top 8 in that event. So let's see if he's able to pull it off second time in a row now.
We have a perfect example of how to adapt straight away in this matchup, because let's not forget we had Leroy get that perfect in the first round, but then Victor was able to take the second round, and now it's quite close in the third one.
What an interruption with the heat smash. Freaking Fracker kind of lost his pressure, whiffed a button that he shouldn't have, and Big G stepped in right away with the answer. Great to see.
It's a good punish by freaking Fracker, because like the Victor's whole like point of offense is to get a hit in, and then from there he's able to like apply his pressure. But yeah,
catches him ducking, gets the launch. This is gonna be so much damage.
But yeah, Big G is just kind of like denying a lot of it right now. But yeah, but you know, he can't get away from Victor all the time, so he managed to close at the end there.
That's twice in that round. He caught him ducking kind of in the middle of nowhere. One with the launch, and the second time just with the mid explosion.
Let's not forget as well, Big G managed to finish in 7th place at the IGM, and the first online is right now. And he also started with Tekken 7. And then we have freaking Fracker, who was 3rd at the Reboot Gaming Tekken 8 exhibition, 4th at Irish Heatwave offline, and he started with the PSP Tekken 5. That's a throwback.
Classic Dark Resurrection. Fergus actually been playing some of that this week himself, I think.
I know, yeah, because like we went back to my family house just to pick up some things, and I actually managed to find my PSP, and I think that hasn't been turned on like 15 years, but it's still functional, and I still have my Tekken 5 in the PSP, so I, you know, played a little bit arcade mode on it. But yeah, freaking Fracker takes the first game there, really impressive. So yeah, let's get right into the second match. Really good to have a 1-0 start.
I think we didn't see Leroy. I didn't see him use his cane. So Leroy has a unique mechanic in Tekken 8 where he has a once per game cane that he can use on 2 different moves. And didn't see him use it at all in the last game. Wonder if he'll pull it out this time.
That's something we have to keep an eye out for, definitely.
Wow, freaking Fracker using heat already, which he's a very strong tool for Victor. It's unfortunate that it looks like he's not going to need it for this round though, because he's instantly with a bunch of pokes, like we spoke yesterday. Back against the wall is real danger time in Tekken 8. Yeah. And freaking Fracker showing why.
Yeah, I think Victor, and especially his wall oak.
Yeah, very strong at the wall.
Because he's able to do a lot of like great damage to the opponent, so he basically first stumble just for blocking Victor's attack. So the wall is a really, really bad time to be against versus Victor.
It does seem like freaking Fracker here is just smothering Big G and not really giving him an opportunity to counterattack. But now, as I say that, Big G's on the counterattack.
But as soon as he does, he gets the sidestep. Into the interesting choice on the side throw. Could have killed with a different option. Doesn't need it in the end, though. Gets the Oki. Hits him on the ground. Classic, let me get up, let me get up. Nope, not in this game. You're going to get hit in the ground.
Ooh, big shots. Again,
cool thing
something I was speaking about yesterday, but Leroy is another impressive looking character in this game. Just the visuals and the graphics around the character and how he moves and the movements is visually very, very, very impressive.
Yeah, inspired by a lot of martial arts films. He does Wing Chun, kind of classic, like the style that influenced Bruce Lee, all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of those like Ip Man style movements, which is really cool to see. Kind of underrepresented in a lot of fighting games.
Yeah, I actually was there for Leroy's reveal. You know, first time he was shown off, like I was there in the crowd for his reveal, and I can tell you the crowd popped a lot for his design. But unfortunately, he was released in a very strong stage, yeah, in Tekken 7, so his popularity dropped. But yeah, back into this, so freaking Fracker is still going in with the Victor pressure, not giving him any time to breathe at all.
Yeah, catching him rolling constantly. Big G really needs to vary his wake-up options a little bit. Maybe be a bit more aggressive on wake-up. Stop freaking Fracker getting that pressure. But he's going to need a hell of a comeback right now if he wants to stay in. And he's on his way to it, though. One more good hit could do it here. Whiffs again. Ooh. Breaks the throw. Needed to break that. That would have been death for him. The gun coming out. That guy has a gun. It's so not fair. Alright, mids. And the low. Okay, Big G staying in it. Great staying calm there at the end of that. Ignoring the Dark Souls effect, getting it done.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, as you said,
what a
Dark Souls effect. We spoke about this yesterday, and it was kind of like a mentality thing between players.
Yeah, when you get to the end of the round, not panicking and throwing away your life.
Oh, and gets the good counter hit on the low string there. This should be the end.
Yeah, he gets it. Great job finishing the string with that option, just to make
really
sure
impressive.
It doesn't drop.
He also managed to get an extra hit in after he got the KO.
And he has a dog.
Oh my god, he has a dog!
So yeah, he can actually, the dog's name is Sugar. Yeah, the dog's name is Sugar.
The dog's name is Sugar. Oh my god, I love the dog. I want Big G to win now just because he has a dog.
You can actually call the dog in for an attack, but it's incredibly slow and useless.
Oh.
Yeah, and there's actually a cat. Yeah, there's actually a cat in the game called Salt as well, so it just kind of complements each other a little bit.
No one cares about Lily, so we won't talk about Salt.
But yeah, good launch by freaking Fracker to start the second round there.
Down forward 2 is so brave, and this doesn't get the wall break. But this is another stage with those interactable walls. It actually has 3 breakable walls on either side.
3 on either side. That's crazy. So this is the one of the more interactive maps.
Yeah, you can, and there's people practice combos where you can actually break all 3 walls in one combo.
Wow.
Which is very impressive to see. Very annoying to get hit by. Oh, great options here coming out from Big G. Looking like a totally different game right now. Doing a great job of stopping freaking Fracker from feeling comfortable enough to start up his pressure. It's when he whiffs those approach options, though, when he misses like that, that's where freaking Fracker's going to get his chance to go in, like this. What does he do with it? Here starts the pressure. Gets the counter hit. Pressure's going to come on again. Using strings.
Yeah, it's just kind of checking freaking Big Dig's knowledge there. So maybe he's not too comfortable with Victor's strings, and I think it's really shown here.
We've seen a quite even matchup so far between both players, though. Is this something you expected, or did you have were you leaning towards someone taking this overall at the start?
A very common thing at these ranks is for a player's offense to be a good bit stronger than their defense.
Yes.
Especially it's kind of a style Ireland's known for. And what we see then, because of that, is very swingy games, right? Games where a player who gets their offense going early manages to take over the entire game. It's actually, that's why players like Saurus yesterday were so impressive, because it was their defense that was shining, which is very rare outside of the highest level of play. Which obviously these players are aspiring to, but like even, you know, that's the area that they're working on next for a lot of these players.
Yeah, we're down to the final round, so now whoever wins this gets the game. So, but Fracker looking really, really impressive. But when you pop heat, you can always have a chance to make a comeback. So let's see what Big G can do with this.
Unless you whiff. That's the thing that happens so much for him in his losers bracket run. Because again, this is not the end of Big G. He will need to work on his approach options, just whiffing in his opponent's face. Needs to make sure that's not happening. But a great job from freaking Fracker to take that game. Really impressive.
Yeah, like you mentioned, just because Big G lost there does not mean they are now out. This is a double elimination, so they do have another opportunity to continue on in this tournament.
Yeah, and we see there, like, just from the replay, a lot of ground was gained in that, not from these big callouts, but from small pokes in neutral, which can be more effective. Remember we talked about the gray health yesterday, the recoverable health?
Yeah.
Throws not applying those, or some throws removing them. Pokes as well. Single hits don't apply gray health most of the time. So again, it's a good way to take your opponent's health down without them getting any back.
Yeah, I think what brought the win for Breaking Factor at the end was just he was able to play really defensively. Like Big G was like missing a lot of attacks as we saw there, so he was able to like kind of capitalize on that and get his punches in. So knowing when to switch up between your offense, but also like backing off at the same time is such an important skill in Tekken.
First, very important skill. Let's not forget we have prizes to give away as well, though. Chat, are you ready for another prize? I know you are. That's what most of you are probably here for. You love prizes. You love free things. I know I do. Are you ready? Let's not forget, though, first of all, Muju is a delicious and tasty, refreshing and delightful. Yes, that's right. There exists a milk drink called Muju that has all of that. Are we ready for the next question? This is another Tekken related question. Forgive me for looking at. I have the questions wrote down, so I can't memorize every single question. You have to forgive me. But simple one: what does Kuma mean in English? Simple question. What does Kuma mean in English? And remember, we are playing for this trophy today. You're not winning this trophy for getting the question correctly, unfortunately. But this is what everybody in this tournament today is playing for. This beautiful Muju Showdown trophy. It does not mean devil. No, chat. It does not mean devil. It does not mean head and volleys. Hado X. Correct answer. Well done. The correct answer is bear. Congratulations, Hado X. You got that question absolutely spot on. Well done. Absolutely fantastic from you. Absolutely brilliant. Unlucky everybody else in the chat. Some awful guesses in the chat. Someone said what's up. It does not mean what's up in English, or if you're just saying hello, hello. How are you? But once again, we are playing for this beautiful, beautiful Muju Showdown trophy. Again, how good does it look on my Christmas tree? It looks absolutely amazing. If I can ask Muju, if you're watching, can I have a copy of this to keep, please? I could just pretend I won the tournament if that's okay, you know? It could be smaller. That's fine. I don't need this one. It can be like a little keyring maybe or something, you know? Something to commemorate this tournament. That'd be fantastic. But guys, how impressed were you with both competitors there in that matchup? What did you think of it?
So like, impressive play. It would definitely set the standard for the rest of the tournament, I think. So, I can't wait for the next match coming up. It looks to be pretty good. But yeah, like, the grand finals that we saw yesterday was set the standards going forward. Especially the last match. There was really good plays, there was really good punishment, there was really good like awareness. So I think that's the kind of standard of the match that we're going to see going forward. So I'm really, really excited to see the rest of it.
I think one thing that sticks out to me in that last match is kind of shows when you're playing at a similar level how it's a game of very close margins, right? The big thing that made the difference in that game, the reason one player beat the other, was Big G's whiffs. Was him just not getting his spacings and timings exactly right, and freaking Fracker being able to take advantage of that and get big punishes every time it happened. Right? Those little things, just not quite getting the distance right, is enough to lose you when you're playing at this level, playing against people who are as good as you at this level. So that's something that I'm excited to see how players... We talked yesterday, there was a few matches where they found kind of what the other player was struggling with and exploited it.
Yeah.
Today, those chances should be a lot smaller, but I'm really excited to see how people do take advantage of those.
You think if we see a mistake like we seen some mistakes yesterday, they're more likely to get punished and punished quickly.
That's the difference at this stage, right? The two biggest things as you improve in these games are capitalizing more on your opponent's mistakes
Mm-hmm.
and getting more out of your own triumphs, right? When something good happens, it's more good when you're able to get more out of it, right? When something bad happens to the opponent, being able to jump on that right away is so important. And that's kind of what will decide a lot of these matches.
Yeah, like, as we progress deeper into the tournament, we're going to see exactly that. More mistakes being made, but those same mistakes being capitalized on. I mean? Because the players will be strong enough to force those mistakes out of the opponent, and also at the same time be able to really capture the reward made on those mistakes. So I think we're going to see some really, really good Tekken action coming up soon.
So, from the first matchup, we've obviously only seen two competitors so far in Big G and freaking Fractor. But do you think, obviously, Big G taking the loss in the first one, you think that's going to be a demoralizing thing, and he's going to struggle to kind of get that confidence back, or do you think, hey, I had one life to not waste, but kind of get used to everything and make sure I don't panic. I can take my next life and move forward in the tournament? Or do you think it's going to be a situation, like I said, where it is something where it is demoralizing and they kind of just spiral and suddenly they've lost back-to-back games?
So the loser bracket's actually an interesting place for that, right? Because that can happen 100%. When a player loses, it can really shake you, and it can kind of make you just be gone for the rest, right? I heard there was a very strong tournament player from Street Fighter recently talking about this, where he said he actually really likes going into losers bracket because if he can keep his mental game up, anyone who's having that experience is a much easier match for him, right? So whether this shakes Big G or not is only a question he can answer, but if it doesn't, it means he has an immediate advantage over anyone who he's going to face because everyone he faces from here on in has already lost a game, right?
Yeah.
And often it can then come down to who takes a loss better. Yeah. And if he can keep anyone who can keep their mental strong going into that has such a huge advantage over the other person.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like, tournaments and fighting games are not just about the ability to play the game, but it's also ability to compose yourself. It's about the ability to, just compose yourself to be able to play the game well. Because, you could have all the skills in the world, but if you're not able to, actually put that out in action in terms of, looking after yourself physically, but also mentally as well, just to give yourself the most performance you can get out to do what you need to do in the tournament.
Like you said, it is a situation of how they handle that, basically. How Big G managed to handle this is going to be vitally important because if he comes up against someone who's not handling it as well as him, maybe he'll progress and then he gets further into the tournament and all of a sudden he's a bit of a threat for people later on that they weren't maybe expecting. Because we did see a quite close matchup between freaking Fractor and Big G. So he could be a dark horse where, yes, he's already taken that one loss, but if he's able to reevaluate and reassess and come forward and manage to make it through the next round, as you said, the losers bracket, then he could be a danger to everybody else in the tournament.
Yeah, it's kind of in a lot of things where you compete with anyone. It's often said like having the mind of a goldfish, right? Having the memory of a goldfish in this, and it's super important in fighting games too. Yeah, well, it's supposed to be intentional though sometimes, Tom. And that's that you need to intentionally focus on that. Got some replays coming up from our tournament finals yesterday, just to kind of show off some of the players we'll be seeing coming up. Both of these players did progress yesterday from the tournament into our finals today. This was the end game 5 of our set between Questionable and Saurus, and this is where Questionable really took advantage of the adaptations he'd made, and Saurus wasn't able to adapt, right? That's what we saw yesterday. Questionable making those changes and Saurus not really reacting. Hopefully he's worked on that for today. Maybe tightened up a few of the problems he had that Questionable took advantage of. But I hope these two end up playing again. That would be sick.
Yeah, I mean, even just at the end of literally at the very, very end of the bracket in the final match in the grand finals, Questionable just turned into a different person. He was blocking everything. He was punishing correctly. His combos were on point. So just something, that's what I was kind of referring to a bit earlier. Sometimes something just clicks in you, and you're able to just completely perform out of your mind. And I think that's what we saw from Questionable at the first.
Yeah, we seen a quite close matchup between Soros and Questionable, obviously, yesterday. And here we're looking at Witch and Noob Slayer 45. What an absolutely brilliant name. Obviously, Hubert was actually taking a lot of a beating, so to speak. I even commented on this yesterday, but they were able to, again, like we mentioned, yesterday was a lot about adapting, and Hubert was one of the ones who was able to adapt best in this situation and managed to pick up the W. But some of these players will be playing in this tournament today. And it's going to be exciting to see how they get on against the more maybe experienced people in the pro circuit and how they manage to, if they've changed or if they've reassessed or reevaluated how their plan of attack is going to go. Are they going to be more defensive or are they going to stay the constant going forward and attacking mindset that we've seen from a lot of people yesterday? It's going to be very important.
Several of the players have, in fact, Hubert, Noob Slayer 45, has played his first game today already. Unfortunately, we will be seeing him later if we do see him in the losers bracket. His first match today was against one of the favorites for this tournament, my personal favorite, Henchman Hoey, the big king player himself. So that's unfortunate. You know, sometimes you play someone really good and it's a really rough first match of the day, you know? And in fact, the next match we'll see from either of those players will be Henchman Hoey versus freaking Fracker, the winner of the previous match we just watched, which will be a very fun match if we do end up seeing that, depending on how the stream goes.
But yeah, because you know this is double elimination tournament, so you know even if you lose, you're not out of the tournament. So like Chuck said, we'll be seeing him later on in the bracket. But you know, if you go into losers early, it can be really really difficult because you essentially have to win twice as many matches. So, and if you progress to winner's side, you know, you're essentially cutting your tournament runtime in half, essentially, in terms of games. But yeah, no, like losers, not impossible. Like I've seen people do losers run from round one all the way to grand finals, so it's not impossible. But so let's see what happens with them.
And the thing to remember is one person from losers bracket is guaranteed top 3 no matter what, right? That's just how the math works. One person in the loser side has to be in top 3. You just have to make sure it's you, right? That's the goal.
Well, this is what I was going to say. Is can it be almost an advantage if you do suffer and you do take that first loss that you are put into the losers bracket, and maybe it's a slightly easier route to the top 3 as you mentioned than maybe if you were just straight up winning. Would it give you that initial boost of confidence getting your win straight after that, and then maybe you can make it a little bit easier, like I said, to the top 3?
Yeah, the thing Fergus said of having to play more matches definitely does play on you, right? Especially if it's like an offline event where you're having a long day of matches. When you get to that top 3 situation, right, the person who's the top of the losers bracket will play against the loser of the finals, or the winners finals. That person's just lost a really intense match, and now they're playing the person who's moved all the way through losers bracket, right? So which one is more tired? One person's played less matches, but probably is dealing with a much more heartbreaking loss, right? Versus early, sometimes in a competition, you need to get to that mindset of, whatever, I'm just going to play. And when you're in losers bracket, you've already lost. You're like, whatever, I'm just gonna play. I mean, Fergus, you've had some really impressive loser side runs before. When you get, sometimes you can overthink in winner side, and then you get into losers, and you're just like, I'm just gonna do Asuka things, right?
Yeah, but also at the same side, it depends. You know, if I go into losers and then the match after that is a very important match, you know, sometimes the loss that just happens is like on your minds, like you said yourself, you know, you're thinking about, oh, I should have done this a bit better, or, you know, if I went for this option, I would have closed out the round to get the win or whatever. So, yeah, no, it's like I said, that just kind of ties back into the whole mental thing of tournaments. You know, it's such an unspoken aspect. But, yeah, so like, but you know, sometimes on the other hand, you can also have like sets of wins and losers bracket, because generally the matches are a bit easier on the loser side of brackets.
But so, that's where your iron fortitude mental comes in, right, Fergus? Being able to handle those losses with grace and aplomb, you know? Move through as if nothing happened.
Oh yeah, I am notoriously not good handling losses, so...
I don't think anyone is, Fergus. I don't think you're alone in that.
Oh, after a tough loss, you'll catch Fergus having some alone time on a couch somewhere, just sitting there thinking to himself for a bit. He'll just need some time to, having a mood to calm himself down, and then he'll come back ready to go, you know?
Oh yeah,
Let's not
like you know,
forget, like you mentioned, Jax. We are seeing a lot of offline matches happen today, but we will be getting into the next one on stream very shortly. So if you're in the chat and you're wondering where is the next match, it is absolutely happening very soon. Do not worry. We are having matches happen offline. You'll see some people progress in the tournament. You can type ! bracket in the chat if you want to have a closer look at the bracket as well. But we're almost ready for the next matchup. We are going to get into another question for you guys, another opportunity though for you guys to take home a Muju prize. So if you're ready for that in the chat, do let me know and we'll give you guys an opportunity to win a prize. We'll have a question after this matchup. We're ready to go into the next matchup, and once we come back, we're going to have a question and an opportunity for you guys to win a prize. Let's go.
And the matchup we should be seeing, I do believe, is the one we were just talking about: Henchman Hoey versus freaking Fracker.
Yeah.
So we get to we speak like yesterday. We say something and it happens on the screen, right?
And it's King. Let's go.
King.
RKO.
He's doing it for me. Okay, he's not playing for Fang. Good stuff. I hope that's for me. I'm gonna ask him after.
Yeah, we're gonna. It's gonna happen. Like this guy Hoey, he knows how to place the RKOs pretty well, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna see it here. But yeah, gets the combo, the heat burst into the ender. There's a
interesting heat activate. He's gonna be doing that to keep pressure at the wall here. Oh, the gun might get him out of it. Goes for a crazy read on the crouch grab there. Great sidestep from freaking Fracker though.
But good duck on the string. That's some like Victor knowledge right there. So let's see how Hoey can pursue this.
And there's the low.
Ooh, big shot.
When he's sliding at you like that, it's so intimidating. He has so many options he can do from that, be it throw, mid, high, or like we saw there, the low, that it's so hard to know what to do. And sometimes you'll freeze up like a deer in headlights. But the counter hit low is going to get him great pressure.
Yeah, freaking Fracker. Yeah, just like what we saw from Tiernan yesterday was Victor. Like freaking Fracker is using the gun pretty well as a kind of zoning, like keep out kind of tool. You know, just to keep Hoey away. But Hoey closes the gap in with the low.
No RKO yet from Hoey is disappointing. I can't lie.
Yeah, I think he's looking for. It genuinely looks like he's looking for. But freaking Fracker's doing a really good job of not letting him establish the pressure he needs to do it. Great break on the throw. Dove misses. Okay, just kind of checking with mids here. Whiff, but no punish. Hoey was looking for it. He was nearly ready. He was just a second late.
Yeah, Hoey just kind of keeping a bit safe, keeping a bit compact right now, just to fish out for an opening. But freaking Fracker retaliates with his heat dash, gets the wall Ogie here.
Yeah, catches him ducking. Okay, this is a great chance for it. Heat activation. Gets the mid, gets the follow up. Okay.
He has to guess here.
He gets that it is the RKO.
Let's go! It's happened.
Oh, he has been looking for it the entire time. He's a man of the people.
Yeah, Chat's new favorite, I reckon, just for that move alone.
Oh, and he gets the Rainmaker. Also, little known fact, well, very well, easily known fact if you've ever met him in person, Henchman Hoey is basically as jacked as King. Like, actually, just a huge guy.
Maybe we need to get him a mask.
DDT hits him with it.
Big DDT.
That DDT, actually, you have to do a pretty tight input after the kick lands to get the DDT to come out.
Let's not forget as well, Henchman Hoey was 9th at the last IGM tournament, 2nd at IGM Summer Showdown, Irish Heatwave Online first placer. He started with Tekken 6. That was his favorite Tekken 6, our first Tekken 6 game, and of course he is the favorite in this matchup. As you guys mentioned, he is your favorite to take home the whole thing.
Yeah, but honestly, freaking Fracker's looking great so far. This would be, I think most people would see this as an upset if he won, but he's not looking far off it right now.
Yeah, I actually remember Hoey back from the early Tag 2 days in Ireland. So he's like one of the first like kind of Tekken members in Ireland. Yeah, we used to go to the XGC on Liffey Street, you know, rest in peace in Dublin. But yeah, so I went by Hoey like a very long time ago at this point.
Goes for that's the like second or third time we've seen him do one of those extended 10 hit strings. But freaking Fracker taking the first round. I wonder, will we see a rematch or will we see a character select here?
Is this a surprise to you guys?
Instant rematch. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty big upset for the first game. This is traditionally a match that you'd expect Hoey to win. But freaking Fracker playing very well.
Maybe the confidence of that first initial win has given him the confidence to take it to Henchman here.
Yeah, and part of it might be that Henchman Hoey's been putting more time into Feng recently, and I think feels pressured to play King. But his King has always been his reliable pick.
Yeah, but like Chak said, he does have a Fang, which he did pick at the IGM Winter Showdown, but he said he wasn't happy with Fang performance, so I think we're going to see him sticking to the King throughout.
That was an absolutely incredible duck on the string from Victor. That's the thing Fergus was talking about forcing the opponent to make mistakes. That duck is that force, but unfortunately, even with that, not enough. Well, unfortunately for Henchman Hoey, great news for freaking Fracker. Not enough for him to take the round. Good duck on the throw.
Yeah, freaking Fracker looking really strong here. Like we said, like Hoey would consider it to be the favorite here, but you know you can never count out the underdog here. So freaking Fracker really showcase like the ability to use Victor's pressure.
Oh,
but yeah, there's the giant swing into the wall, so much damage.
That throw does a huge amount of damage. Normally, if you're landing in the open, you can press a button to lower the damage, but if you hit a wall, you take all of it. Great jabs to finish out from Hoey there.
2 extra shots because of frustration, probably.
Yeah.
Will we see another RKO, or is he giving up on that? I think he'd be smart to not keep attempting it now.
So the RKO has a clear answer to it. I would expect him to choose the answer. I would expect Freaking Fracker to try and duck the RKO in the future. Oh, gets the rodeo.
Gets the chain grab here going, so you have to guess between a consecutive amount of breaks.
Yeah, you'll recognize some of these.
Almost a figure 4 there.
King's Bridge.
The surfboard. Oh!
Goes for
a lot of wrestling maneuvers with King here. And a very impressive win. Okay. Obviously 1-0 down here, so he has to win this matchup to make it 1-1.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to be taking the loss here.
Exactly, no. Like, once freaking Fracker wins this, it goes into final round, which is not a position you want to be in against someone that's a round up or on tournament set. But let's see.
No break on the oh my god, giant swing again. Might be seeing a hole here for freaking Fracker.
Good heat burst, just get momentum going and also pop his own heat. We might see an RKO here. No, we don't.
No, goes for the mid, but freaking Fracker didn't duck. The RKO actually would have worked there. But no punish on the wall standing too. Good job pressure here, but freaking Fracker. The 10 hit again. No punish on the 10 hit.
Oh my god. So close.
There were at least 3 different answers that Hoey had to that string, and unfortunately just wasn't ready for it.
Gets the down back forehand from Victor though, but good block on the low into the punish. Hoey's panicking a little bit, I feel, so he needs to really make something work here. But here we go.
Counter hit confirm.
Exactly as I say that.
Yeah. But wow, counter hit of his own.
Oh, good flow combo, so it gets into the wall, which, like I said, where Victor really wants to be.
I have to say, freaking Fracker is looking very impressive as they take the win here again.
Yeah, absolutely amazing 2-0 from freaking Fracker. Hoey traditionally has been a player that's known for disliking ducking. He likes to just eat lows as much as he can instead of taking the risk of ducking them. And we saw freaking Fracker use that constantly. He took so much damage that game from lows. And Victor has several lows that can't be low parried either. So there's not really a good low risk option for dealing with them. But yeah, absolutely incredible upset there from freaking Fracker.
Yeah, because like in Tekken, like it's better to stand block by default because generally mids are a lot scarier than lows. So you would only like block a low if you have like a good read on it or good timing on their reads or good read on their timings. But I think Hoey just didn't want to commit to the duck at all, which freaking Fracker got a lot of mileage out of.
Yeah, and knowing Hoey, knowing how harsh he is in his own play, he's not going to be happy with that loss. Hope if he can recover his mental, he'll be looking to make a very strong run here in losers, which always I love watching King. So
we spoke about literally less than 5 minutes ago. We spoke about maybe a dark horse making a surge from the losers bracket because, as you mentioned, it's going to be an easier route to the top 3, and as now Henchman Hoey surely is the favorite to take that position from the losers bracket.
Well, he would be, but I've just noticed something on the bracket. Another upset has happened because Chicken Chakra, one of the favorites to win this tournament, has been placed into losers by IRecordYourPlug.
Yeah,
so we're seeing a few upsets.
Yeah, that's That is Chicken Chakra took first place at the Summer Showdown for IGM, over in the finals against Hoey, and now they're both in the losers bracket. Two of the people who would have been favorites for this tournament, both by round 2 in the losers bracket. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think we both said Jacks. Like you said, Hoey was your favorite to win. Mine was Chicken Chakra to win, but
yeah,
they're both in losers at the moment, quite early in tournaments. But they absolutely have the ability to make a long run through losers. But
only the strongest of commentators' curses coming from us, Fergus.
I know,
all right?
I know,
Only
absolutely.
the strongest. We only work in top tier witchcraft, okay?
Now I don't want to pick a favorite because I'm afraid. I'm afraid what's going to happen.
Losers,
Yeah.
Hey, do me a favor and pick Skeletor as your favorite. He plays Lillian. He plays Lily and Kuma. So
I'll do it. Skeletor, you're my favorite. Right, we ready for another question, everybody? Another opportunity for everybody to take home a prize, a Muju prize. But once again, let's show off the beautiful Muju Showdown trophy. Again, I'm going to keep showing this off because let's not forget, this is what the guys are competing for today. This Muju Showdown featuring Tekken trophy. It is absolutely gorgeous. But the question today, this time, is very, very simple. What's your favorite Muju flavor? Strawberry, banana, or chocolate? Simple as that. Simple as that. We're going to get into the game very, very quickly. Strawberry, banana, or chocolate. Remember, Irish residents only for this one. So let me know what your favorite flavor is. Strawberry, banana, or chocolate. Randy Marsh, you were first in the chat. Congratulations. Let's get in to the next matchup. Here we go. Very excited. Are we looking forward to this one, guys? Are we looking forward to seeing the action
the first
in this
one's
matchup?
great. So I'm very excited to see what we see here in the
Here we go.
in the third.
Skeletor, who I just cursed, versus IRecordYourPlug,
who knocked out the top seed of this tournament.
Yeah, IRecordYourPlug. He was also another player I remember back from like the early Tag 2 days. So it's nice to see some like Tag 2 original players coming through in this tournament. But yes, Skeletor has still tons of experience. He's one of our tournament organizers here in Ireland, so he definitely knows the scene super well. So I'm sure he knows some things from IRecordYourPlug.
Yeah, and IRecordYourPlug representing the only character with multiple players in this tournament today, Hwarang. There's 2 Hwarang players in the tournament today, IRecordYourPlug and Kicksway. Everyone else just has one little guy who plays him.
Absolutely.
Did mention I have a soft spot for Hwarang in this tournament, so I do kind of low-key hope IRecordYourPlug takes home the W here, and they seem to be doing that.
Yeah. I mean, Hwarang, classically a character where you have to spend a while getting used to them, and then it's very hard to tell. Classic character who makes a lot of people very angry, and a favorite for people picking up the game. But Skeletor playing like he's very angry at IRecordYourPlug right now. Looking to make it perfect.
Perfect. Very impressive.
Yeah, no, like Lily is a character that, she can play pretty well, but if she's losing, she does have a very strong comeback factor in her heat system, where she's able to apply a very scary mix-up at low risk. So we're going to see a lot of that from Skeletor, but IRecordYourPlug just not letting him do it.
The amount of pressure coming out is crazy. Honestly, we might see...
Answering a perfect with a perfect is insane.
Yeah, we might see a character switch here from Skeletor. Also worth noting there, if we do see a rematch, that was the brand new stage to the game. We are seeing a rematch. This is the new stage that was introduced with Heihachi. It's the latest stage added to Tekken 8.
Let's not forget as well, Plug was just short of the top 8 at the Winter Showdown. In the Iron Fist Arena Online, he finished in 3rd place, and he started with Tekken 1. So he's a veteran of the Tekken series.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, some people are just like big, massive, Tekken fans. There's a Tekken that you start with. You're just having fun with the game. You're just kind of casual, right? But I think everyone has a first Tekken, right, that they ever played, and then everyone has a first Tekken that they start to learn the game, be a bit competitive. Learn about the mechanics, the frame data, combos, and this kind of thing. So I think people kind of separate them out a little bit sometimes. But for some people, that's just the one. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. Skeletor making the big comeback here, winning the first round, but has the dual Horang and Heat, which can be a big menace.
So much damage coming out right from the start. Here's his chance to, like we said yesterday, the white health. Watch how much health he's getting back from that combo.
Yeah.
Got back about 10% of his health there from that one combo of his own. Oh, good punish.
And as we
Great
speak about
launch.
Skeletor,
This might be dead.
Could be the end of the round here.
Oh, launching him right back. Pressure coming out. Sidestep still tracks him. The armor move tracking on all the way to the side. That's very rough for Skeletor.
Yeah,
As I was saying, Skeletor is a beloved community tournament organizer and a very high-level player. He was 7th at the Winter Showdown, and he started with Tekken 2. So he's a year behind IRecordYourPlug in terms of veteran levels, but we're seeing quite a close matchup here.
Yeah, he got 7th by knocking me into losers. Oh, sorry. That was a Summer Showdown, actually. Sorry, Winter Showdown I wasn't in. Oh,
You've just
great.
exposed you've taken a loss to them, though. That's kind of embarrassing for you, Jax.
That's okay. He does a lot for the scene. I'll give it to him.
Yeah. So
Wow,
what's
just
the mix?
staying in back turn is so risky there. But gets chipped out anyway. Wow. Okay. Good duck on the low. Gets a punish as well. Both players kind of taking a second after that. Just goes in with the armor move. Our Skeletor already on half health. Win in sight here for Plug.
Yeah. Oh, Plug and a ring.
What a risky launch too. This could be dead. He does the
could be
heat
it.
extension. Doesn't heat extend.
Oh!
Catches him with the string into the mid anyway. Wow.
Yeah, impressive play by IRecordYourPlug. You know, he's able to, like, Horang is a character that is designed to keep on pressure, to keep pressuring. So that's exactly what Plug did there. And I think Skeletor just couldn't figure out what the Horang was doing and just kind of succumbed.
Very brave play as well. He a lot of choices made there that were big call outs. That I would honestly, I'd be very excited to see a rematch between those players later if Skeletor can like try to adapt to some of the things the Plug was doing.
Like you said yesterday, it was all about people adapting, and maybe that's what we see from some of these players that go into the losers bracket. Maybe they are able to adapt and move forward in the tournament. But let's find out how we're going to get on. We're going to go swiftly into a next match very shortly, so it's going to be interesting to see how the next players get on in this one. But we did see a very, very impressive showing there from IRecordYourPlug. Is this someone that you think could be now a danger to take home the W in this tournament? Or do you still, in your heart of hearts, have your favorites of Henchman and Chicken Chakra?
You always have to change with your with new information that comes out, right? I think that a thing I saw in that match, IRecordYourPlug was blocking a lot of Skeletor's lows, and it wasn't clear to me watching it whether he was actually guessing or if he was just ducking a lot. And if I saw that, you know, any of the other strong players that were watching would have seen it too. Like there, actually, we've seen it several times in these recordings as well. So hopefully, you know, he's able to fix that if it does start getting abused by the other person. But yeah, that's things like that. It's impossible to know from one game because there's several things that if the other person picks up on it, could make a huge difference in a set instantly.
Yeah, like we spoke about previously, you know, with difference between first to two and first to three. So with first to two, you have a short time to make adaptations. So it's like different skill sets, you know, shorter sets and like longer sets. So in first to two, you have to make your adaptations very quickly. You either can brute force a game plan and make them adapt to you before you can make some changes in your gameplay. But in the first to three, you have a bit more leniency in losing. Okay, you can lose the first match and then steamroll the rest because you got your data, you got your intel. But yeah, with first to twos, you're gonna have to have an entire different skill set. Either adapt quicker or brute force a game plan that's hard to deal with.
And speaking of those adaptations, one thing I'd like to see from Skeletor, a big problem he had during that game was he was getting caught by a lot of very risky options from Plug that if he had just waited a second and blocked, he would have got big punishes on. Those armor moves that Plug was committing to aren't safe. Any of those get blocked and the punish comes out.
We're seeing Kuma. Let's go.
The big bear man. Curtis E. Bear himself. Or also known as M-Led.
We've seen Figure Factor now a couple of times, and it's been impressive both times.
Well, so far we're seeing him in the sky, going to the wall. The bear is doing big things.
But yeah,
I have a new favorite, by the way. MLED is my new favorite purely because they're using Kuma, and Kuma looks very cool in their denim jacket and headband. So they're my new favorite. I'm going to change my favorite every round, by the way. I'm sorry.
His other character is Jack, who's also a character I know you like.
Yeah, 100%. Are you seeing the theme with the characters I like here?
But I think whenever I speak to people who don't really play games or don't really play Tekken or anything like that, but they're able to remember the bear from Tekken 3 or the panda from Tekken 3 because what other game are you going to have like a fighting bear? Do you know what I mean? So these characters, while they're not very popular in terms of player usage, they are extremely memorable for sure.
And this game has seen a big uptick for Kuma as well. A little fact about Kuma, he's actually Heihachi's pet.
What?
He shares, it's a bear circus.
What was that?
3-ring circus, a little circus trick. Heihachi taught his
amazing.
pet tricks. So you'll notice that Kuma actually has several of Heihachi's moves as well.
Yeah.
And he's even wearing he's wearing Heihachi's Tekken 7 jacket too.
Yeah, I mean he's the only child that Heihachi's ever loved anyway, so
yeah, it's true. And has incredible wall pressure. That bear butt slam is actually such a menace of a move in this game.
You mentioned about Kuma and then obviously the panda character as well. I remember in older Tekkens there was a dinosaur and there was a kangaroo and then there was this wooden log character thing that were all favorites of mine back then as well.
Yeah, Mokujin's the only one of those that I'll allow people to speak about. The other ones should never return and they were a mistake to happen in the first place. No, they were cool, but they would be hard characters to bring into a modern game, like having small hitboxes and all that too. But wow, so fast and efficient was that game from MLED that we didn't even mention. He's already taken game 1 and we're into game 2.
Wow. Maybe I didn't jinx him after all. Maybe my favorite is now going to win.
But yeah, the thing with Kuma is like
What we're seeing is someone who's able to establish their offense slightly better, right? This is actually one of the first rounds where MLED might run into trouble. Kuma's heat is so strong. Ideally for Kuma, they activate heat and the round ends before it does.
Ah, fish!
Yeah, you're gonna love this. His super, it's not actually a fish, by the way. It's a
what the... This is insane. Yeah, this is my new favorite character. MLED to win the whole thing.
Like he attacks with fish that turns into rocket because why not? It's Tekken like.
But see, that was a round where MLED used their heat early, and what we saw was freaking Fracker be able to take the round in the end because it just gave him that much more breathing room. Great duck though, doesn't need heat to do that.
As strong as Kuma is in terms of damage, his movement is quite bad because he's a bear, so his sidestep and his backdash is going to be on the poor end. So freaking Fracker really needs to take advantage of this and be a bit more like offense.
I just love the explanation of, he has this weakness because he's a bear.
That's it, I mean.
This is classic bear versus human with gun. This is a matchup we've seen thousands of times.
Hit that dog. It's not a dog, no? We're seeing Victor now back Kuma into the corner here.
This will be the big chance for MLED now that his heat is active. Yeah, here we go. As heat is active, you're going to see so much more pressure come out. Letting him walk forward a little bit, but wasting time on heat. And that should be the round.
Because you do not want to try challenge Kuma during this heat, because the fish is unironically extremely powerful. So you need to be really, really careful with it.
Yeah, honestly, it was on MLED there to walk forward, but because he felt like he had the lead, he didn't want to, and it cost him heavily. But gets a great counter hit to start a combo here. Will get to the wall and get a chunky combo.
Oh, you're pinned in up against 60%.
The wall here. Yeah. What's he gonna do? Goes into the stance. He has a stance called Hunting Bear Stance. That
love that.
Dodges. There's the fish.
Big fish.
And after that heat smash, the fish actually stays on the ground as well, so it can actually linger on the stage for a while as a background accessory.
That's amazing. Yeah, Kuma is now my favorite character. Chat, who's your favorite character that you've seen so far? Let us know in the chat. But I didn't think it was going to be Kuma, but after that matchup, 100%, Kuma is my new favorite character. And the bear has a fish that turns into a rocket.
I think that game does a really good job of showing, because there's several players here who would traditionally have a better time against MLED playstyle wise, right? The way you play makes such a huge difference to how those matchups are going to go. That like while freaking Fracker took it over Hoey today, he struggled a lot with MLED. So really interesting to see.
But yeah, no, like it's like we said, like, Kuma is like he was always traditionally like a bad character throughout the series, just because he's a bear, like he doesn't move that well. But in this game, they give him literally that. But they give him like some really really good moves, and his heat system is just so massively strong. There's another character in this game called Panda, but like Panda's a lot weaker because they have a different heat system while being identical otherwise. So that difference in the heat system is why that Kuma would be picked like a lot more than Panda would be.
Yeah, it's very interesting, the difference between the two characters. Anyway, chat, are you ready for another giveaway? I know you're excited for it. We're going to do another giveaway for you right now. Do you want to have a look at the Muju trophy once again, though? I know you do. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you the Muju trophy once again. Let me just grab it here. I have it. Hang on 1 second. Let me just grab the trophy for you guys here. Here it is. Absolutely beautiful. The Muju Showdown trophy featuring Tekken. And let's not forget, Muju is the perfect combo of fresh milk with the most beautiful flavors of strawberry, banana, and chocolate. Now, are you ready for the question, chat? Remember, if you need to be an Irish resident for these prizes, okay, so feel free to take part, but you need to be an Irish resident for these prizes. So, the question is, and you got the answer during that matchup, so I do hope you were paying attention. Who taught Kuma karate? First person to answer correctly will indeed get the prize. Let me know who you guys think it is in the chat. Let's see who can get the answer correct first. Good luck, everybody. Again, who taught Kuma karate? Stink450. What a wonderful name. You were the only person to get it right so far because you're the only one to get it to guess. But congratulations, Stink450. You've got it spot on. Well done. Absolutely brilliant from you. Congratulations. You've won yourself a Muju goodie. Unfortunately, you have not won this beauty. That's going home with the winner of this tournament today. Absolutely beautiful Muju Showdown trophy for the Tekken tournament that we're doing today. So, guys, after that matchup, we've seen a very impressive performance. Again, has this changed your opinion on the tournament going forward? Or are you guys still a bit up in the air about who's going to take the W now? Because we've seen some upsets already. We've seen some impressive performances. And then we've seen, obviously, the performance there from MLED look quite impressive as well.
Yeah, I mean, like me and Jax, we had our favorites, right? Chicken Chakra and Henchman Hoey, but they've lost quite early in the tournament. So I think it's going to be definitely a big shake-up of players going forward from here. MLED looking super strong. IRecordYourPlug looking super strong as well. Like, who knows? Like, like upsets already have happened. So I honestly could not tell you anymore.
No, it's anyone could take this. And that's kind of the beauty of like that level of Tekken. It'll come down to like character matchups, player matchups, and who's just better today, right? A lot of players can take it over each other here. In fact, even the person who just won that trivia question is one of the stronger players in Ireland, Stink450. He could have been like he's one of the other players who, had he been competing recently, he would be in this lineup and could have competed as well, right? There's several players around this level who are just all strong in Ireland, so it's hard to tell who can take it at any given moment.
The tournament is very open. Maybe we will see one of the people that took part yesterday surprise us and get to the finals, or maybe even take home the trophy. It could be very interesting to see. Like you said yesterday, we've seen Questionable be able to adapt in a couple of their matchups and manage to make it to the finals. So maybe they can turn up in this tournament with the pro players and maybe get themselves the victory. It'll be interesting to see how far they make it. The 4 qualifiers from yesterday, it'll be very, very interesting to see how far they make it in this tournament today.
Yeah, I mean the thing with like such a local tournament like this, like all the players would know each other for the most part. So you're
Hmm.
gonna play, of course, the character matchup against the player, but there definitely is gonna be an element of player versus player. Some players might have habits that other people might know and will exploit them, or have weaknesses that they're aware of and will capitalize on them. So yeah, and I think Tekken as a fighting game is very much more so more that than other fighting games. Like it's definitely super player orientated. So, and especially like I said, in very local tournaments like this, we're going to see a lot of little weird plays that might not make sense to the average player, but
Okay.
it's done for a reason.
So we are
Speaking
seeing
of
our first
players,
matchup here in the losers bracket.
yeah, speaking of players with a lot of habits that are there, Dean, Chicken Chakra, player known for playing his very expressive way in his particular style on Ling. Oh, and already we're seeing that incredible aggression he has coming out absolutely all over Big G that round. A big thing for Big G here, be trying to get himself some breathing room away from Chicken Chakra to let himself do anything.
Bring out the dog. That's what I think. That's what's going to take him home to victory.
Mm-hmm. But Shay is a character that you really kind of need to know how to play against. You have to be very comfortable in your options against the character. So this is going to be a test of like, okay, do I know Shay enough to be able to counter her options? So let's see what we can do here.
Yeah, and a great comeback that round from Chicken Chakra, going down, but then kind of getting his pressure going, and Big G showing he doesn't have an option or an answer for Ling yet.
This is the first we've seen of Chicken Chakra on stream, and immediately, very impressive.
Yeah, getting pressured down heavily this round, though. Breaks the throw, very good. Gets caught by the heat smash that catches him airborne, so it does reduce damage.
Perfect.
But catches him getting... Tekken's a game where you have to be very careful about how you get up from the ground, because whatever option you choose will leave you open to an option from the opponent. And Chicken Chakra, unfortunately, choosing the wrong option there.
Exactly, and in some situations you just kind of have to know on a to-know basis how to escape the specific options. But yeah, Chicken Chakra using this strong heat by Shay to close out the match.
Yeah, answering back in dominating fashion, though. Taking that first game 3-1, and that last round played similar to the first, just when he gets rolling, he is very hard to stop.
Yeah, Chicken Chakra has been very impressive in that first matchup, taking the victory there. They've looked very comfortable with the character selection they've made, and maybe Big G has looked in trouble for most of this match, and again, in this round, they're looking in trouble already.
Yeah, and Chicken Chakra is a no-mercy player. If he finds something that he thinks you don't have an answer to, he will do it again and again. Like the throw that we're seeing out of the stance. Lowe's coming out will take the round here for Big G.
Here we go. Maybe Big G is using the word of the day yesterday, adapt, and maybe he's learning to adapt, and maybe he can get himself a victory in this second matchup.
But yeah, no, Big G definitely needs to get going and have some rounds on the boards, because Chicken Chakra is kind of running away with this, really abusing the power that is Ling Sharyu in this game. Right into the wall, super strong heat presence, and there we go, guess is wrong.
Yeah, Ling's whole vibe is putting you into situations that if you don't know, you're going to have a very hard time answering. And if she knows you don't know, you're going to have a really hard time sleeping that night.
Oh, big shot to the head, big head kick there.
Great answer though, breaks the pressure. But then right again, Chicken Chakra. Great answer, calls out him stalling in stance for a little bit. And this is a big chance for Big G.
Yeah, those super strong interrupts, because if you interrupt Shay's stance too early or at the wrong time, you can eat a big mistake. But yeah, Big G closing it here with the heat smash going into the fourth round now.
And sometimes playing against a Ling requires you to be brave and just call out what they're going to do before they do it. Alright, what's the option here at the wall? Okay, gets the throw, not broken this time.
Big combo.
Throws are so cool.
Big G is definitely adapted here and is looking quite impressive. That's a perfect again. Manages to take the second match. It is 1-1 now.
Huge adaptation. A thing that I really liked from Big G was several times when his offense stalled out, right? So he gets a hit, the next move is blocked, but he ends it early, and then just delays for a second, and then presses Heat Smash. Gives Chicken Chakra just enough time to feel like they can press, and then hits him. And it happened, I think, in all 3 rounds that last game that Big G won.
Yeah, I just don't know if Chicken Chakra is familiar with some of the stuff about Leroy matchup, because he's not punishing certain things, or he's punishing certain things wrong. So
yeah,
matchup knowledge is definitely a presence that needs to be addressed. But Chicken Chakra gets to throw in, gets to combo into the strong ender. Big G is looking in big trouble in this round.
Yeah, it feels like both players are lacking a little bit of character knowledge of their opponent. Oh, doesn't deal with the armor move. Goes into stance off the block and the low comes out. If he'd stayed in stance there, that low would have been automatically countered, right?
Exactly, yes. So like you gotta be aware of when the stance happens. You know, you have to be aware of your lows, because if Leroy stays in a stance and you go for low into it, it can retaliate with an automatic follow up. So you have to be super careful against it.
It definitely looks a much closer matchup than we initially thought. Oh, maybe I initially thought. I thought Chicken Chakra after that first couple of rounds was going to run away with this, but it's definitely been a very, very close matchup.
Yeah, like we said, it comes down to Big G being able to establish some breathing room. When Dean Chicken Chakra is forcing him to make these guesses at lightning speed, he's not been able to keep up. But when he can get that bit of breathing space and force Chicken Chakra on the back foot, that's where he's had strength. Like that, right? That round is a great example. This round has been a great example of what I just said. Like we say it and then they do it on the screen, you know? Just smothering him in offense.
Yeah, because Xiaoyu has access to one of her heat system is one of the best in the game. So once she gets that going and you're stuck at the wall dealing with it, it's a really, really bad time for you.
And it's first, like Takuma, if you can outlast the heat, it really helps.
Chicken Chakra did finish first at the IGM summer event and then 5th at the winter one, with Big G finished 7th at the IGM winter event. So a close placement there.
Big G definitely need this. This is going to be so much damage.
Yeah, I don't think quite dead, but one more hit will do it. What a comeback this round from Big G. And the recoverable health we spoke about, Big G was 1 hit away from dying, and now he has half health.
That's insane.
Yeah, like
the rage art he just did removes all the recoverable health as well from Chicken Chakra.
This is it, coming down to the final round.
Yeah, I think Chicken Chakra is catching on that Big G likes to do parries a lot, which is an attack that allows you to negate attacks. So throws in this game will beat the parry. So it will beat parry. So this is what Chicken Chakra was going for with those throws.
Some panic options coming out here from Chicken Chakra twice in a row. Wow. Okay, both players with heat,
close.
And the heat smash finishes it out here. I believe that's the first heat smash that Chicken Chakra has done this set, unless I'm mistaken. It was all Big G for the heat smashes.
He has done some back turn heat smashes as well, which is one of the better heat smashes in the game, because it guarantees Xiaoyu a forced guess that the opponent has to go through. But yeah, congratulations, Chicken Chakra there. You know, one of the favorites to win the tournament, so he's going to have to make an impressive losers run. But we saw some really good adaptations from Big G, using Leroy's Cane, which is a low starter that he has access to. Gets the rage art there, removes all the recoverable life. So when you do rage art in this game, it allows you to remove recoverable life from the opponent, which means that they can't get it back.
Yeah,
it's a really, really good idea. And we saw this round that he removed all the recoverable life and then managed to get it all back.
Yeah, it was an extremely close matchup. Maybe the closest we've seen today so far.
Yeah, and while that does mean Big G is out of the tournament, I think that's as a player with less experience in the scene, a great performance from him. He beat several players with a lot more experience than him. Including his round before that was against Nilo, who's been a member of the scene for a long time. Yeah. And we went to final round of the set, right, against Chicken Chakra, who's won several of these events. Kind of shows that he's at that level where he could take it, you know?
Yeah.
He had a super impressive showing at Winter Showdown IGM, so, you know, and that just goes to show here as well. You know, he has so much more tournaments to join in the future to get more experience, on the players as well. So, yeah. I see a big bright future for Big G for sure.
And how impressed were you with Chicken Chakra? Obviously, they lost to get into the losers bracket initially, but having got through this first matchup, are you expecting them to now progress further on and maybe, like you said, be one of the favorites to take home the Muju Showdown trophy today?
It think a thing he needs to be careful of. He's a player who can be very harsh on himself. He can fall into that trap of judging yourself slightly too harshly and not having that goldfish memory, right? And there were several. That game was very close, and part of it was due to several missed punishment opportunities and some incorrect choices. He played well enough to take it, right? But knowing him, he'll need to be careful not to dwell too much on his mistakes, have a fresh mind, and go into the next game. If he does, and he goes in and just plays the way we know he can, he could, of course, win this tournament, right? But it's a question of if he can do that.
No, absolutely. Like Chicken Chakras, Chicken Chakra has tons of tournament experience, both internationally, both locally, but online as well. So, like he has the knowledge of what to do, especially in a tournament situation. And I think he's the kind of player that, he doesn't get too down on himself. So he's able to just get through the tournament, try his best. But yeah, let's see.
Like you said, Fergus, he was your favorite to take home the trophy today. So let's see if they can do it. We'll be going into another matchup very soon. Chat, who do you think so far, chat, has been the most impressive that you've seen on stream? Obviously, once again, we are having some matches off stream. Right now, we're having Dylan versus Henchman Hoey, as we can see here.
We're right into our next match. That speed up is a thing that happens when you join games, by the way. That wasn't just the players going crazy for a second.
Sometimes Tekken does feel like that anyway, so...
Yeah, it can feel that fast. Oh, got the rodeo going already. Good break. So those chain throws that he was doing, wow, gets it. This should be dead.
Oh, big power bomb.
Yeah, honestly, it's enough to kill right away. Wow. The chain throws that King does, one that ended in the surfboard, every stage of that where he goes into a new throw has a different break, and you can press the button at the right time to break it. It's about guessing which one he's going to do, though.
Well, this is the first time, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first time we're seeing Dylan, and this is the first time we're seeing Brian, the character, involved in the tournament, either yesterday or today.
Absolutely, yeah. Like Brian is a bit of he's actually fairly popular enough in Ireland, but like you're right, as we're just seeing him for the first time now. He's a bit of a complex character in general to play, but he's much stronger in this game than before. So absolutely, let's see what Dylan can perform with him.
Yeah, he's a character.
We're looking for the RKO again, King. Come on.
Kind of staggering timings. This will kill. Brian's a character all about staggering timings and kind of catching you as you want to do something, and then forcing you into situations that are very favored for him. He's actually one of the few characters who will often launch you, get full combos for you blocking through a very technical maneuver called taunt cancel.
Yeah, and Brian's the only character in the game that can perform something like that. So if you're a Brian player, you're probably just playing Brian. It's a specialist character.
Yeah.
Let's see what Hoey can do here.
What an armor move.
Big shot to the back of the head.
Close frames. Gets the mid. Doesn't get the counter hit. What are we going to see here? Is it going to be an RKO? Ooh, RKO would have worked if he'd done it sooner.
You feel like he's being pressured into going for the RKO? I think not enough is the answer.
Yeah,
I think
if
not enough.
He should be doing it more.
You know how much the chat enjoyed that matchup? We've got a hype train in the Twitch chat right now. So thank you very much, chat. And that's how much they enjoyed that first game. Henchman Hoey, if you hit an RKO, we might get another level on the hype train. Let's go, Henchman Hoey. Good luck.
I mean, I know you're going to get a level 5 hype train when that RKO comes on screen anyway.
It's true.
We hope.
Interesting that they went back to lobby here. I wonder if that's either because... you have the option whenever you lose a game to go back to stage select and random select again, go back to character select and change your character, or jump directly into a rematch. And often it's a really smart thing to take that time and either, if you're in Tekken World Tour event, go to the stage select and just take a second, take a breather, and kind of reset. One, that lets you calm down, and two, it stops the other person from riding that momentum that we talk about being so important.
We didn't see a character change. You were right there.
He went for an RKO. He's going for it again. So
do it.
King has several ways to get into that stance where he does the RKO.
There we go.
Yeah,
let's
my
go.
favorite one is what he's doing, where he just points at you and then runs.
I love
and
it.
in heat, that run has armor as well, so you can't even just hit him. Okay, goes for the mid this time.
But yeah, unfortunate on the no walls there, because I think Brian really excels with walls. So like stages can have a huge factor in a character's performance. So no walls is a big deal for Brian. So let's see if Dylan can work around this.
Yes, this stage technically does have walls, but it's the largest stage in the game. The walls are all so far away that the stage might as well not have walls, because you're very rarely going to get to them.
Yeah.
Wow, what a counter hit trade, giving him a full combo. That's what I kind of mean about Brian wanting to hit you as you're trying to do something. He gets really effective counter hit rewards.
So for the guys watching, the guys and girls that are watching that don't understand Heat, can you explain it a little bit here as Henchman Hoey takes that round?
Yeah, so Heat is that little blue bar under the health bar of each player. And Heat is, you get a new Heat bar every round, and Heat gives you basically empowered versions of several moves or access to new moves like your Heat Smash. When Heat activates, you can activate it manually with an armored move that goes into it, or certain moves like the one he just did on the screen, when you land them, automatically go into Heat. And there's so what Brian just did was the manual activation. And when you're in this mode, you have access to you can make some moves safe that aren't usually, you have some moves that give you extra effects, or you have a very powerful move called a Heat Smash.
And we're just about to and the other thing is like, it also regenerates your health, which is a huge factor in this game. And as you do pressure while you have Heat active, moves that wouldn't have healed health before, now everything heals health for you. So it's a huge momentum shifter. You know, you could be losing like we saw in some of the previous matches, but then with Big G, for example, like he was at 1 pixel, but he popped his Heat and managed to make all of his health come back. So it's a huge momentum shifter in this game.
Very important feature indeed between these two, because it could have been over. Like you said, he was very close.
Yeah, and we're seeing a different Henchman Hoey right now as well. We're seeing a Henchman Hoey much more willing. Looks like he's having more fun, to be honest. Much more willing to do some wacky options and just kind of play how he wants to.
I think he's playing more relaxed. Maybe he was a bit tense and a bit worried about taking that initial loss, but now that it's happened, maybe they're more relaxed and maybe they're just comfortable and playing it without thinking, almost.
I mean, it looks that way to me. I don't think there's a way you manually go into your run stance 3 times just to land an RKO without feeling pretty relaxed or feeling like you're having a good time, you know? Or doing a full run stance, running up, doing the really slow stop animation, and then doing a hop knee. Those are things that scream that someone's either having a good time or incredibly confident.
Exactly, yeah, because if you have the Heat active, it's a lot easier for King to set up that scenario to land the RKO amongst other mix-ups. But if you do it raw, it can be quite easily interrupted, which like we saw there in the replay. So yeah, Heat just allows King to absolutely just force it, you know, quite easily.
Yeah, it was a very, very impressive. It was, like you said, a completely different Henchman Hoey to the first round that we seen him take that initial loss. It was very impressive win there. And they could be a danger in that loser's bracket, but we do have a couple of people in there, like you guys have mentioned, that are dangerous opponents if some people come up against them. So maybe we could end up seeing the winner come from that loser side of the bracket.
Yeah, sometimes it is as simple as, you know, those days where it just everything feels slightly off, nothing's feeling quite right, you're not really in your zone. That can happen a lot in fighting games. You'll have games that like you're playing and you're looking at your own hands going, what am I doing? Why am I doing the things I'm doing? Just nothing's working out. And those can be really demoralizing. But if you can break through that, like, you can, and I think that might have been what happened to Hoey so far, was he had that, you know, game where it just didn't look like he was comfortable. I think Fergus even called out, he looked very panicky. And now he's not. So hopefully he got his head on straight and is able to play to his best. Because, you know, I know I picked him as my favorite, but all I really want from all the players is seeing them playing at their best, right? That's when the best Tekken happens.
That's what we all want, 100%. Yeah, we want to see the most competitive matches we can between all of these players. And it would be a little bit nice to see some of the players from yesterday make it further in the tournament if they could. Just for the people that were involved yesterday, were tuned into the stream, and I'll have maybe a favour from yesterday. If some of them were able to make it further, that'd be amazing to see as well.
Unfortunately, I believe that time has passed as we progress further from the loser's bracket. Unfortunately, I believe so.
Oh, sad times. Oh, here's my... Wait, Henchman Hoey has changed character to Kuma. I feel like Henchman Hoey's trying to win.
I believe the names are the wrong way around.
Are they?
Yeah, Skeletor is, in fact, a Kuma player.
Okay.
Honest mistake anyway, no worries. Like, but yeah, Skeletor always had a crew mount. Even in Tekken 7, he also played the bear as well. But he has a Lily, he has a bear, so he's able to like choose between the two characters at his own discretion. But yeah, Hoey closes out the first round, and I think Hoey definitely kind of knows how Skeletor plays, so we might see some like deep like player matchup knowledge here.
And yeah, the bear does have overalls. I love it. Farmer
and a lovely
great.
hat. Let's not forget the hat. He's a lovely hat on.
He's just an honest farmer.
I prefer the other outfit, if I'm being honest. If I'm being critical, I won't lie. But the chat want to see an RKO on the bear. I kind of want the bear to hit King with the fish, but that's just me. That's just me personally. A perfect and then an extra power bomb for sauce on it. That's disrespectful from Henchman Hoey.
Yeah.
Great counter hit.
Just misses the follow up there to land the heat engager opportunity. Goes for some Oki semi there, but just didn't quite whiff it. Group blocking a low and launch, and this is going to be the big combo here. But
unless he drops it, bear has very small legs, which in combos like that can make them kind of difficult to land. Because he might be a big lad, but some combos will drop because he just has some tiny little legs.
So we mentioned loser brackets a couple of times here. Can you explain to the people watching a little bit more about how the loser brackets exactly work?
Yeah, so like we mentioned earlier at the start, in a double elimination tournament, you have 2 lives basically. So there's a bracket at the start that players play through, and if you lose in that bracket, depending on where you lost in the bracket, you go to an entirely new one, where everyone has lost. So losing in the first layer, so some places call it upper and lower bracket. Losing in the upper bracket drops you to the lower bracket, and losing in the lower bracket knocks you out of the tournament. So that's kind of you have your second chance, and once you're in losers, you're kind of out of those second chances, and you're just there you're playing for your life.
Sudden death, basically.
Yeah.
It's essentially like a second life, do you know what I mean? Losers bracket, but once you lose in the loser brackets, you are out. But you can just think of it as 2 lives in the tournament.
It's very interesting here to see Skeletor and Henchman Hoey, both 2 rounds each here. Obviously, whoever manages to take the win here loses, and they are out of the tournament. So,
what a great option! So important to note, great way for Skeletor to end that run stance that we mentioned before. We mentioned it's armored, right? Yesterday, as we were talking about, throws go through armor. So the only way Henchman Hoey, he noticed that Henchman Hoey's been delaying his options in that run stance in heat.
Yeah.
So instead of waiting for him and trying to guess what he was going to do, he just threw out a throw, right? Which hits him. Hoey can't do anything about it, and means going into that next game, every time Hoey is in heat mode, doing that run stance, he now has to think about doing his move earlier, so he doesn't get grabbed.
Yeah.
So a bit of mind games, perhaps.
Like in Tekken, there's a whole timing thing. Is if you delay your options, you're kind of like mixing up your timings a little bit. Making it harder for the opponent to guess and to deal with it. And Hoey was just trying that like a little bit too much. I think he was like doing the run for too long, just to kind of throw off Skeletor's like guard timing. But yeah, we're back into the second match here, starting with some strong ground throws here.
I believe the last time these players played each other in tournament was IGM Summer Showdown, where wow, we're gonna see King's Rage Art instead.
Oh wow,
we're going to the sky.
I thought it was going to be an RKO for a second.
No, it's a backbreaker with some flamethrowers, or not a backbreaker, an abdominal stretch.
Yeah, I was
gonna say
abdominal stretch. Yeah.
I know my wrestling moves. I'm getting there.
But again, another very close matchup. This one, another very close matchup. Just shows how close the people are taking part in this losers bracket at the moment.
Yeah, last time these two played, it actually ended up very close as well. But Henchman Hoey did take it in tournament. I believe that was a losers bracket match as well. I think Henchman Hoey's the one who knocked Skeletor out of that tournament.
But yeah,
good call it on the heat cancel. Wow, so instead of doing the move when you activate heat, you can hold back and you just strike a pose instead. And the opponent often is too scared to press because they can't recognize it in time. Great job from Skeletor recognizing what was happening. And a great punish from Hoey on that G-Clef.
Did Skeletor just win that matchup? Forgive me, maybe I'm wrong, maybe my eyes deceive me, but did he just win that matchup by hitting him with his bum? Is that something that I've just seen?
the bear butt slam is a thing that every Tekken 8 player becomes terrified of. There's no way you can play this game for a long time without being terrified of that move. It's a menace.
Yeah, because like the bears have like a lot of like silly looking moves in this game, but they're actually like quite useful and quite terrifying to play against. So like you see a big bear waving a fish at you, like you have to respect it, you know.
Yeah. He won here, the Henchman.
Job on the
Hoey
whiff punish there. Yeah, great job on the whiff punish there from Henchman Hoey, sealing that round away. Gets the counter hit into the Rainmaker. Love to see it.
Big Rainmaker. I want to see more fish, and I want to see more RKOs. That's probably not what the competitors want to do, but that's what I want to see.
I mean,
Great
the
fish
fish,
there.
amazing punish on the twin pistons there. Gets the wall combo, ends it,
this
and
could be
makes
it.
it 1-1.
So Hoey there recognized the last time he cancelled heat, Skeletor was right in there to punish it, right?
Yeah.
And so this time he made sure he was out of range of the punish when he pressed it. So he pressed it, Skeletor reacted with his punish, but it was too far and too late. He was able to punish him back. That was a fantastic... Like, I would near bet that was intentional from Hoey and a bait because of what had happened before. Or as we said yesterday, an adaptation.
I believe we're going to be going into the winners' finals after this to see who gets into the finals of the overall tournament. Can you explain a little bit about that and then how the first to three is going to work after this?
Yeah, so the winners' finals is the final game of that upper bracket, right? So the upper bracket plays until there's only 2 players left, and then they play. The loser of that becomes the final boss of the lower bracket, and the winner goes and waits for whoever wins the lower bracket in the grand finals. So that's
Like
what we're going to be seeing after this. But for now, we've still got these two doing big power bombs.
Big shots.
Yeah, I know, like that King C Smash is so strong because if it hits, you get a really strong attack, but if it gets blocked, you still get the mix-up, which is where the RKO is in. But yeah, so Hoey's looking really strong here, not really giving Skeletor a lot of reason to try and pursue his offense. So let's see what we got here. Dropping the combos a bit on Bear because the hitbox is a little bit awkward, but good punish, and it's going to close the rounds now.
Big power bomb. That was very impressive by Hoey, not letting Skeletor really get any offense off there.
Yeah, and it pulls back to that first match we had, right? The difference that round, and the difference in the last game too, was Skeletor being a little less confident with range and missing some attacks, and Hoey being able to capitalize. The bear's eating.
Oh my
He's getting
god.
thrown. The bear's rolling. That bear can roll, by the way. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it did relax.
Great sidestep! Breaks the wall. This is going to be huge damage. He should be able to take him to the next wall too. We're early enough in the combo. Does he choose to use heat? No, he just ends the combo early.
Yeah.
Not a bad choice. Well, he got the win anyway, but
He gets the win. It was an interesting choice, but it worked out for him, so who are we to question, you know?
big shot straight away.
But yeah, but the Bear and Heat is such a scary opponent to play against because they can do so much chip damage, some of the stronger chip damage options in the game. Again, ironically, because of the fish, but and there's the fish there, but
Great interruption on the fish, and this is a counter hit, so he's gonna get a full combo. We should be going downstairs, down to Clown Town. This is where all the wacky stuff happens in the game.
Power bomb as well. This could be the end of the round.
Ring kick's the only option there that saved him from taking that damage.
What's the mix here? Oh, good job interrupt on the charge move, and Hoey takes it there.
The amount of confidence needed to interrupt that charge move with grabs, and then to instantly go for the low, huge. Great pulling back there from Hoey. But also, and I'm sure Fergus will agree, a great showing from Skeletor. Taking that first game.
Absolutely, because Skeletor, like I say, he's always been in the scene for quite a long time. So, like I say, he would have some knowledge on the players and how they play and their habits. So we definitely saw that in the first match. But I think the legacy that Hoey has, and with his character as well with King, is just, you know, it's just a bit too much for Skeletor to handle, and Hoey just takes it there.
And a really interesting thing we're going to see from now on in the tournament, all of our matches, to my knowledge, unless someone correct me if I'm wrong, all of our matches moving forward should be first to 3. Except for the loser semis, which I think are being played currently. What that means, when we say first to 3, right? All games so far have been first to 2. Pretty self-explanatory. First to win 2 games takes the match, right?
Yeah.
We're going to have a whole extra game after this. And like we've said, one of the huge things is players adapting to each other and learning. Having a first to 3 versus a first to 2, Fergus, I'm sure you can speak to this, is such a huge difference in how a match plays out.
Absolutely, because it's also like a mental thing as well. Because if you lose the first match in a first to 3, like it's not a big deal, because you still have to win 2 more matches, so you still have some like extra lives to work with, some extra information to work with. I think most players would prefer a first to 3 just because you have more data to collect, so you have more mistakes to make. You can afford to make more. But in the first 2, like, it's such a short set. You have to be very quick on your adaptations. You have to be... Mistakes are a lot more unforgiving as well. So it's going to be a really, really scary situation in first and 3, or in first and 2. But first and 3 is a more chill kind of environment to play in.
Unless you're the player who adapts worse, right? Because if you're someone who has a hard time adapting or changing up your own game plan, this gives the opponent more time to figure you out, which for some players can be a very scary prospect.
Well, this is what we seen yesterday, was that it was the people that were able to adapt were the ones that managed to qualify for today. They were the ones that were able to progress in the tournament because they adapted and because they changed, because they were able to realize that maybe what they were doing initially wasn't working.
Yeah, great point. And we even saw, I believe, our finals yesterday, one player went 2 games up, and that was Solus. Solus. And then, Saurus, names. And then Questionable brought it back brought back 2 more games. It went from 2-1 to 3-2. Yeah, it shows that if it had been a first to 2, we would have had a different winner yesterday. Right?
Yeah, which is a great point. Which just shows you how important the first to 3, like Fergus is. Like Fergus said, just shows you how important the first to 3 is. But it is time for another question. Chat, are you ready for another opportunity to take home some Muju goodies? I know you are, and it's another opportunity for me to show you the wonderful, the amazing Muju Showdown trophy. How beautiful is it? Again, I still want to keep it. I'm still not allowed. But I have a question for you guys. Are you ready? Simple question. In which Tekken did Kazuya not appear? Let me know who you guys think it is in the chat. In which Tekken did Kazuya not appear? It wasn't Tekken 5, chat. No. 2 people have guessed Tekken 5. It wasn't Tekken 5. I'll tell you that much. It was not Tekken 5. Keep trying, chat. You'll get it eventually. Chobi X-Foe, congratulations. You were the first one. You got it correctly. Absolutely spot on. Well done. It was Tekken 3 of Curse. Well done, Chubby, to you. Congratulations. But I think we're almost ready to go into the next matchup. So the action is going to be coming at you fairly quick for the next few matchups, because we've got a couple to get through before we get into those finals. But guys, after that match, is it looking any different in terms of the shapes of the bracket and how it's shaping up? Are you looking forward to any particular matches that are upcoming? Who do you guys think is maybe going to progress in the bracket further?
Well, I mean, the match between IRecordYourPlug and MLED, I think that would be a really good match to watch, because we've seen really impressive gameplay from both of them, the Bear and the Horang, and they both had exceptionally good runs, beating like the favorites to win the tournament. So I'm really excited to see their match in particular.
What about you, Jax?
Yeah, I think that honestly, I'm most excited for is our next loser semi-final, which Firefly 5-4 will be our last first to 2 match, and move to first to 3, because that'll actually be my favorite for the tournament versus Fergus's favorite for the tournament, Hoey versus Chicken Chakra. Which would be a very fun match to see in loser side, right? In terms of the 4 players we have left in the tournament are all so incredibly strong. We've seen today, right? We have MLED, IRecordYourPlug, Chicken Chakra, and Hoey, who are 4 players who already today have the 2 players in winner side are playing better than I think we've seen them play before. And the 2 players in lower side are 2 people who are the first 2 seeds of the tournament. But here they are competing against each other. So I don't know who will win at this stage, but I'm really excited. I think it'll change the Irish scene to see who will.
I'm torn because these are my 2 favorites. I don't know what to do. I don't know who to root for. Go with the Bear?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm swayed easily. I'm going with the Bear.
I don't even think the Bear's that cool, but he's cooler than Farang, Here's the fish, right?
At least he has a fish.
Him. Look at it flopping around back there.
Yeah, but Farang has a bike. That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, he had an eye patch last game, and now he has his eye back. We don't really know what happened there.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's able to take his bike everywhere, in the airplane hangar, in space, on a volcano, like, on the beach, so he can take the bike everywhere, apparently.
That's normal, that's fine. Maybe he can teleport the bike, who knows? Maybe he has a special ability we don't know about.
I mean, understandable at this point, you know what I mean? It's Tekken, it's so anime, like, who knows? Like, I mean, he's fighting a bear right now, so what can I say, like?
Yeah, exactly. There's stranger things happening.
The thing that, again, I think to watch in this game will be that heat bar under Kuma's profile picture, or under his health bar. As long as that blue bar is there, Kuma has a chance in any round, right? More so than any character. When that's gone, which it will be when he dies here if Plug doesn't drop it, that's when he's in real danger. Wow, gets a reset.
Ooh, big KO.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing with Kuma, like, outside of heat, he's not, like, super strong. He has a lot of weaknesses, a lot of flaws, but once he pops that heat and he's swinging into fish, you're, like, in a really bad position, because for you, blocking is a bad idea, because he's able to do a lot of grey life damage on block, which means that, you know, you have a chance to recover it, but he can kill you before you even get a chance to. So heat is such strong for Kuma, and we're going to see this exactly right now.
Yeah, now you're back against the wall. You're literally in the bear enclosure right now. And there's the low. He slides. Having a party.
They're a close matchup again, though, between these two, of IRecordYourPlug and MLed.
Yeah, I think, it's unfortunate.
Punish.
Yeah, could have launched that there, just a bit unfortunate on the punish, but any punish is the punish, you know, just get your damage, get some momentum going. But yeah, MLed just needs to kind of, like, get some momentum going here, gets the fish out, so his heat is gone, so he's in a really bad position right now.
Yeah, choosing to use heat like that is very risky, but pays off as he hits the twin pistons. We should be seeing a fish of a different kind right now.
Yes, fish!
Yeah, we're just seeing fishes all over the place.
That's not a fish.
Oh my god, it's a rocket.
I mean,
what an embarrassing way to die.
See,
right?
you've played Knifey Spoony before. Well done, Kuma.
I mean,
imagine that's how you die. A bear shoots a rocket at you that looked like a fish.
It's a sad way.
Terrible way. Yeah, you fought demons, you fought people who are literally the devil, and you win by a bear accidentally launching a missile at you. That's crazy.
Embarrassing. I'd never show up again. I'd lock myself in my room.
Yeah, getting hit by a fish missile. That's the end of a lot of people's careers, I think.
Oh, 100%. But a great round there for those two competitors. Obviously, MLed managed to take the victory in that initial round. Are you expecting a change here from IRecordYourPlug? Or are you expecting them to kind of go with what brought them to the dance?
I would expect him to stay on Hwoarang. I think what we're seeing, the change we're seeing here, is that thing that a lot of the more experienced players will do, of going to stage select, taking that time to reset. I mean, you got to take some time to get over the embarrassment of the fish missile, right? And then come back to it.
Just giving themselves almost like a bit of a breather to calm down, to kind of get themselves psyched up to get ready to go into that next matchup.
Yeah, spray some aerosol, get rid of the smell of fish that's now everywhere.
Yeah.
You gotta get rid of that. That's not a way you can play the game.
But as far as I know, IRecordYourPlug is just a Hwoarang player. You know, some people just have one character they can play. Some people have multiple characters in hand. But as far as I know, with IRecordYourPlug, he's a Hwoarang specialist. That's his character. That's his boy. So I'm probably going to see this character again in the match coming up.
Yeah,
so the only change you're expecting is perhaps level, maybe.
Yeah, I would expect us to see a different match. Oh, and we're already underway.
Straight into the action.
Proving us both wrong because he's got Jin.
Oh,
now, is Jin a completely different style, or is it a similar character in terms of fighting style?
Jin is, story-wise, Hwoarang's rival, but in terms of playstyle, Jin's a much more traditional Tekken character. He plays, like, all the things the game is designed around, he does very well. Whereas Hwoarang's his own style unto himself. No other character really plays like Hwoarang, barring one character who's not in this game. So it's rare to see Hwoarang players play a character like Jin, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised. I mean, like, disregard everything I just said before the match there. You know, I mean, okay, apparently he does have a chin, so yeah. Here we go.
The first down two of the game and MLed blocks it. That's actually very shaking for a Jin player.
Do you think this was a scenario where rather than picking a character to win, they picked a character to maybe throw their opponent off to try give them an initial advantage?
I think maybe more so it's a stress pick, right? If you feel boxed in, you feel like you can't get it done with your character and you've been working on another character, you might just go for that fresh pick to make it work. You might just feel like you can't get it done with Warren. Like it's maybe the bad matchup he feels like.
But I think we're working. Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, it seems to be working right now for IRecordYourPlug. Sometimes, you just need a different style that character can provide for you to counter your opponent in the current instance. So, maybe he's not feeling aggressive with Horang. He's not able to get the openings that he needed with Horang. So maybe he can play a bit more simple, a bit more defensive with Jin. And I think that's kind of working out right now. But MLED is kind of shutting down the pressure right now.
Yeah, and this is our winners finals match, right? So if MLED wins here, this is the first of our first of 3 matches. So this won't be Plug eliminated if MLED does it. So there's a chance MLED goes back to Hwarang as well, right? If he loses again. Oh, great launch. It won't be the game, but it will be the second round for MLED assuming he doesn't drop.
Yeah, IRecordYourPlug absolutely. Yeah, because IRecordYourPlug absolutely needs to win this because you do not want to be 2-0 down in a first of 3. That's a really difficult comeback to make. So this is a very, very important match for IRecordYourPlug right now.
Are they looking more impressive to you guys with the Jin character than they were with the Hwarang, or do you think it's a kind of similar level of ability with the character here?
They're using the basic tools, right, which are very strong. Jin has very strong basic tools. I do think he looks less comfortable. On offense and on defense, one of the big things you'll notice when someone's playing not their main character is they have to think about it more, right? They have to think about everything they're doing instead of it just feeling natural. And that's kind of, I think, what we're seeing with him just backdashing instead of going forward. Yeah, he's taking a lot of just poke and chip.
But really good trip.
Oh my god, the armor takes it.
Yeah, that was such a brave armor from MLED, because if IRecordYourPlug blocks that would have been the win for him. So it was a very, very brave decision, but it certainly paid off. But yeah, it's down 2-0 in the first of 3. It's not an ideal position to be in, but let's not count him out. You can absolutely make the comeback. It will be difficult, but it's not impossible.
Honestly, I think a combination of the 2 playstyles we've seen. A thing he did on Jin there that was actually really good. He was backing up probably too much, but he was able to back up. He established space and kept Kuma at range. If he'd been able to do that in Hwarang a little bit, establish that range and make MLED be the one to approach, I don't think he ever really tested what MLED's approach was like in the first game. Like, in a way where he was moving backwards. He never made it difficult for MLED to approach. I think on Hwarang, someone he's more comfortable with, making it more difficult to approach and maybe using backlash to kind of check his approach options as he moves in with those buttons might be useful to him, but it's going to be a hard road. Like Fergus said, he's currently sitting at the bottom of a mountain looking up and knowing by the end of the day he has to be at the top, right?
We've seen another character change, obviously back to Hwarang like you mentioned, but it's going to be interesting to see how he plays this.
Yeah, because like Jax was kind of saying earlier, sometimes like your best character is just your most reliable character because you have the muscle memory with the character. When you're in a situation, you don't think as much, there's less mental stack on you to perform something. But when you play a character you're not as familiar with, as your main character, you might hesitate on some things, which can be very, very dangerous in Tekken.
Yeah, and a thing we're seeing already, he's moving forward a lot more than he did on Jin. And I think he might need to keep that backing up a little bit more, establish a bit more space. See, again here, there's MLED approaching, but we haven't... Perfect, that's exactly what I wanted to see. Him making the approach difficult and then punishing it. That's a beautiful adaptation. But here he goes again, just approaching. He needs to make space for himself.
Yeah, MLED's just like kind of controlling the situations. Like he seems like very comfortable in dictating the pace of the match, so he gets into scenarios where he can choose his next option pretty easily. But IRecordYourPlug gets the heat dash in, gets the combo follow up. What's going to happen here?
He did that to get that health back as well.
Yeah,
exactly. But he has no longer access to heat, so it's going to be a little bit difficult. He can still regenerate slowly, but that's all it is. Just slowly. But let's see here.
Yeah, it's just
the KO
with the string. Wow.
Needed to win there as well. Very important. You'd want to be 2 rounds down in the final match.
Especially because that was the first round where he saw him. Like, the major gain he made in that round was from backing up, making Emlet approach. And now he has to approach because he has the health disadvantage. So he can't just walk away now.
But what I want to see more from IRecordYourPlug is, so like I said, you know, Kuma is big. His movement options are quite limited due to his size. So I think IRecordYourPlug should take advantage of that as a Horang player to, you know, like restrict his movement and go a bit crazier with his offense.
Yeah.
In Emlet take another round here. This is it for IRecordYourPlug. They have to win this round. If they do not win this round, they're out.
Well, they'll be going down to our lower bracket, right?
The lower bracket,
still does. It doesn't mean the end of his tournament life, but it does mean the end of his time in winners, and it means he's not guaranteed first or second. The winner of this game is guaranteed first or second in the tournament now.
We have a question from the chat for you guys. Who would be your top 3 characters of all time in Tekken?
Guest characters that could show up.
Like realistically, our own wish list.
Yeah, just
both. Why not both?
Well, I've seen so many request threads on Twitter, and it's always been, you know, Kiryu from Yakuza, Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy VII, and I don't know, the rest don't really matter. but Led takes that with dominating performance, 3-0. So he moves on to the grand finals on winner's side, and being on winner's side in grand finals is such a valuable position to be in, because you can afford to lose a set and still be in a position to win. So yeah, Led's super strong performance so far. Winner's side, absolutely a golden position to be in. But yeah, let's see what happens on loser's side from here on.
Yeah, very impressive performance by Led there, obviously taking the winners bracket going into the winners final. It's going to be interesting to see how the loser bracket turns out from now. We have a couple of good players left in the losers brackets, because it's going to be very interesting. Do you guys think the losers bracket is kind of, again, up in the air? Is it kind of a coin toss about who's going to take this losers bracket, or do you think it's, like you mentioned, it is Hoey versus Chicken Chakra next, so it could be like, Jax, it's your favorite versus Fergus's. Do you guys want to put a friendly wager on this? Are you going to back your players, or do you just kind of think it could be anybody?
But chicken for
I'll bet whatever with Fergus, but at the same time, I think it's... Oh, they're already going against he's playing Fang. I think this is the first and second seed of tournament, right? And they weren't even on the winner's side. So saying who would take the tournament at this stage, it's very hard to say. I don't think there is safe money in this situation.
No.
But I think my bet would still be on probably one of these 2 players.
And this one is first to 2 as well. This, because of it being a loser semi-final, it is a first to 2 bracket.
Yeah, this is our last first to 2 game of the tournament, and first time seeing Henchman Hoey on Fang for this tournament. Already showing great options against Ling in the situations that Dean's putting him into.
Yeah, because
this is the first time we've seen Fang as well, right? If I'm not wrong, this is the first time we've seen Fang in this tournament.
On stream, yes.
Yeah, I think you're correct in saying that. Yeah. Like Hoey would normally go for King, but King notoriously always had a hard time against Ling Xiaoyu just because of her stances and her evasiveness, and it's difficult for King to be able to keep up with that. So I think he wants to go for the Fang just to kind of bypass that strength a little bit. But yeah, 2-0 for Hoey, looking super strong.
Yeah, and important, you mentioned me and Fergus putting a bet on it, right? Because one way you can look at this, the player who wins this is guaranteed at least 3rd place. And because of our prize pool, this is basically a €50 money match between these 2 players.
They can buy a lot of Muju with that.
Yeah, that's a good amount of milk, right? You're going to get the Muju for that.
Yeah.
Imagine all the chicken for a rose you could buy with that, like.
Nah, who would spend their money on that when you can get Muju?
Exactly. Think of all the chocolate Muju you can get.
Or the strawberry one if you're,
or banana.
Civilized. Alright, already 2 rounds up here for Hoey, 1 round on Chicken Chakra's side. I think that the big difference we're seeing here between Hoey and a lot of the people we've seen play against Chicken Chakra today is Hoey showing he has knowledge of the matchup. There's several things that Dean has done that Hoey has instantly had answers for.
But the character
Great job.
change initially alone, like you mentioned, was a very smart move. Clearly,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he seems, and also he's put a lot of work into his Fang recently. We can see, like, all other players we've seen swap to secondary characters haven't looked comfortable. Henchman Hoey is looking comfortable right now.
he's looking like you said. He's looking comfortable. He took that 3-1, if I'm right, the first match, and then Chicken Chakra is coming back here though in his second match. I'm looking to get the first round here.
Yeah, the round start is very important in Tekken 8 because getting a good round start versus the opponent leads to situations like this where you can just run away with the whole round, right?
Exactly, yeah. But if your heat runs out and you haven't done much with it, that's a really dangerous position to be in because the opponent has heat themselves to do a lot of damage to you without you having the opportunity to bring it all back. But yeah, Hoey looking strong in the first match, but Chicken Tracker bring it back dominantly. So let's see what we can do here.
Against the wall here as well. Is this another map where they can be knocked down to a different level of the stage?
No, we can't go to Atlantis, unfortunately, through the bottom side of the
terrible.
Sen. This is a boat party only here.
Yeah. But imagine like being a guest in this boat and you just go on the deck and just see two people fighting each other like this. It's quite insane. Like,
He KO'd there by Henchman Hoey, taking 2-1. No, 1-1. Sorry, 1-1. Again, this is first to 2. This one, so if Henchman Hoey can get the victory in this one, it's going to be him moving on.
Yeah, Chicken Chakra playing for his tournament life right now. And he needed to land that because his heat is running out and Hoey still has heat. So getting that, putting him in this position, super important. Drops the punish, and that whiffs, the low whiffs.
yeah, I didn't quite capitalize on the low whip punish there, but good punish there into the shoulder, guaranteed.
Great punish.
Yeah, so see, you can see that Hoey regenerating his health there, so this is a really bad position for Dean to be in, but let's see if Dean can escape the corner, because this is a really bad position.
That's insane.
Yeah, he shoots lasers from the sky. Don't worry about
Yeah.
it. It's Tekken. Great option. One more hit will do it. Blocks both lows again.
It breaks the throw, very important. Down 3 to end the match. Or to
The
end the
double
round.
low. The double low he's doing there. What does Hoey need to do against that?
He needs to low parry the second hit, which can be difficult if there's like some mental stack in the way, but you know, Chicken Trackers kind of knows he's not really dealing with it, so he's going to keep using it.
Alright, lots of good pressure coming out, but just like that, one whiff and Chicken Chakra's in. And now Hoey's going to need to try and get him off him for the rest of the game.
Yeah, Hoey
Like we
pops
mentioned
heat there.
yesterday with the big word being adaptation, it seems like today in this particular matchup, that's what we're seeing a lot of. Both players adapting to each other and making this a very close matchup.
Yeah, but again, great knowledge and awareness from Hoey at the end of that round to get the shoulder into the extension. Fantastic.
Good,
Big whip.
good patience and wake up from Hoey there to stay on the ground. Sometimes that's the best thing to do. Chicken Tracker pops the heat. Dangerous for Ling Xiaoyu. What's the mix here? Has the guess for the game here. Good guesses correctly. And gets the mid post to close the match.
Very scrambly end to that game, but Chicken Chakra showing that he's been here before. He's been in these scramble situations and pulled through. And just like that, both players now one game away from €50 and one game away from going home empty-handed, barring the experiences they've had and the Muju they drank along the way.
We all remember the Muju we drank along the way. But like you said, this is it. This is for all the marbles, so to speak, to move on in the tournament and to at least guarantee that third place position. Chicken Chakra or Henchman Hoey will be getting knocked out depending which one of them lose this match right now.
Yeah, didn't quite take the guaranteed follow-ups after the kick in the back there. Gets the throw in, closes the first round. You know, this match is super important because this is a €50 money match. All the matches from here, all the players are fighting for prizes now, so this is very, very crucial.
Goes over the low and the low goes under the throw. A choreographed movie moment right there. What a hop kick.
something out of
Great
John Wick.
awareness. Calling out the mix-up and just doing a hop kick. Sometimes you gotta barrel your way through those mix-ups and ignore them. Alright, what's
And
the
are we
option?
seeing someone being more aggressive here? Do you think Henchman Hoey's trying to be more the aggressor, or do you think it's kind of a mix between the two?
I think both players are doing a really good job of knowing when they can push their offense. And knowing when they have to interrupt their opponent's offense too.
But yeah, no, one apiece now, so it's really hard to tell who's going to take it from here.
Someone in the chat said for one of these people it's going to be a cup of sour Muju they're going to be having, not a fresh chocolate, strawberry, or banana. I know you guys have your favorites. Muju for the winner of this.
I've never had a sour cup of Muju, so I wonder, it's a weird experience one of them's going to have.
Yeah, I can't say I have either now, to be honest. But yeah, Chicken Chakra gets to carry in with the combo. Hoey pops the heat back. The momentum shift could happen just like that.
Both players basically one hit away from the end of the game here.
Very close match.
Oh, bit of a choke on the punish there.
Doesn't convert either. A down forward one would have converted for him.
Oh, this could be it.
Not parrying the double low again. Really scrambling here. Down 3.
God. A thing I would have really liked to see there. He knows how Dean gets panicked at the end of these rounds. A rage art at the end of the game there would have worked and been a really good adaptation.
Yeah, gets a bit antsy with the Kali roll there, which is a very face-off launcher from Ling Xiaoyu, but Hoey capitalizes on it, punishes it properly, and gets the conversion.
Even gets the end hit. Wow, the flip over.
We're seeing a very impressive round here from Henchman Hoey.
Oh, the bad punish on it. That's going to be technically airborne. If a heat activation hits airborne, it gives you a full combo.
Ooh, wow. Big KO.
So this is going to go final round. This is such a crucial round to win because this is going to go into top 3.
Runs up and does a sketch.
Oh my god. Great start by Chicken Chakra here.
That's one that's incredibly risky move. If that gets blocked, Henchman Hoey gets a full combo.
It's unfortunate on the heat dash there because if he didn't perform the heat dash, he would have gotten a wall splat into a full combo. So it's the little mistakes like that can matter a lot.
And now Henchman Hoey gets so much health back. Both players have used heat now.
Oh!
Chicken Chakra's in a much rougher position. Does the Ranger? Did Hoey press? No, that should be blocked and punished.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Maybe one mistake cost him that final moment.
I say Chicken Chakra is kind of kicking himself a little bit there because, like I said, if he didn't perform the heat dash on that string, the wall, he would have gotten a normal wall splat into potentially the winning combo. So it really is the tiny things that could win you matches. It could win you rounds. It could win you tournaments. So I can imagine he's not feeling too happy about that.
And the difference for those who haven't played it, the only difference is holding forward at the end of pressing that button. He might not even have meant to. He might have just let go too late, and that cost him the game. Wow. Incredibly close match.
Maybe a simple mistake has just cost him third place, at minimum third place in this tournament.
Yeah.
And don't forget, €50. That's €50 worth of Muju they will not be getting now.
That's a lot of Muju.
That's a lot of Muju. They're missing out on a lot of Muju, unfortunately for them. They could have got chocolate, they could have got strawberry and banana. They could have got all three.
The DLC flavors we talked
the
about
DLC
yesterday.
flavor from yesterday, yeah, the cookies and cream DLC flavor. Let's not forget about that. That's a lot of Muju they could be having right now, but unfortunately they made that mistake and they weren't able to progress. But well done to Henchman Hoey for capitalizing on that and managing to move forward in the tournament. Absolutely fantastic performance from him.
And we got 2 more sets to go. So we got the losers final, which is like the very end of the losers pack now. So if you made it all that way, fair play. And then the winner of that will go on to grand finals on the losers side to play against MLED. So let's see what happens here.
Yeah, and for those of you who haven't kept track of the bracket, that means our lower bracket final, losers final, is Hoey versus IRecordYourPlug, who would seem to be another very aggressive player, much like the last game that Hoey had. And a thing that we talked about earlier, it's going to be so important here. That was a very close game for Hoey, right? He needs to make sure he keeps his head going into this and doesn't let that adrenaline crash from having such a close game. Otherwise, if you go into that, I mean, Fergus, I'm sure you've had those games where it's a very close game and then the next one you just find yourself kind of drained.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's the end of the tournament, so he still needs to keep that adrenaline. He still needs to keep that momentum going because you're at the very, very last stretch here. So, you know, like you have to keep it going because you can't. This is not where you need to exhaust yourself. This is not where you need to drop your momentum. So let's see what we can get from here.
This, as you mentioned, this is going to be a very interesting match between these two. The finalists of the losers bracket going head to head here. It's going to be very interesting to see who makes it into the grand final against the winners of the winner bracket.
And worth noting, that was our #1 seed eliminated from the tournament. For those who aren't aware, the seed going into the tournament, like your seeding is basically from the numbers, the chance the system has of thinking you're going to win, right?
Yeah.
Or the tournament organizer thinks you're going to win. So beforehand, that would have been where the money was and who was going to win. This next match, we mentioned the last one was a €50 money match, by the way. This next one is €50 again on top of that. Because the winner of this is guaranteed second, and the jump from from third to second is from 50 to 100. So yet again, stepping it up.
So, just to clarify, for everybody wondering what kind of prizes the competitors are getting today. So third place will receive a Muju jersey, beanie, and €50 in cash. Second place, as Jax mentioned, getting also the jersey, the Muju jersey and beanie, but then €100 in cash. And of course, first place, the winner, will receive a custom Muju Showdown Tekken trophy. The one I've been showing off everywhere. Here you go. Absolutely beautiful. Of course, a jersey and beanie as well. And they will get €150 in cash as well. That's a lot of Muju they have to spend on that. But we're straight into here to Hoey versus IRecordYourPlug. This is going to be an awesome matchup, guys.
Yeah, worth mentioning, I do not believe Muju are requiring the money to all be spent on Muju. But what else would you choose to spend it on? Right?
Not requiring, no. But if they don't, that's silly on their behalf. You got to admit it.
Heavily recommended at the very least, anyway.
Yeah.
What a great start. Okay, both players feeling each other out right now, and a great counter hit from Hoey. Just getting in, getting the timing. And we say counter hit. What that means is you're hitting someone as they are pressing a button. So your move is coming out moments before their button comes out.
And for some moves like the property changes on a counter hit. So your move that might not necessarily be a combo starter could turn into a combo starter if you land it on counter hit. So yeah, very, very important property to know in fighting games in general. But Hoey looking strong to start first round to him. Let's see if you can bring this. Let's see if you can have the ability to stop IRecordYourPlug's Orion's offense.
Chain throw goes for the shorter chain throw this time. IRecordYourPlug did break, because this isn't the first time these players played. I believe IRecordYourPlug is the person who they've already played in this tournament, I believe. Earlier that throw was broken, and this time Hoey goes for the shorter option to mix it up.
Of course, this is now back to being a first to 3, if I'm not wrong. Yes.
Yes, we are in first to 3 matches from here on in, so the players have much more time to adapt to each other.
Very good duck from Hoey on the low string from Horang, his main notable low string, so you had the patience to stay ducking and get the punish in. But yeah, the chest bump 2-1 gets the punish in, tries to fish for an armor there.
Good mid.
Henchman Hoey obviously changing back to their king, who got them most of the way here, changing from the Fang from the last round. Is this because they... Sorry, go on, Jax, go on.
I think it shows that the change to Fang wasn't a confidence issue. It wasn't that he didn't feel like he could get done. This will kill, by the way. This should be the first game. It was more to do with the matchup itself, right?
It was a tactical choice,
yeah, he's feeling like that, doesn't want to play King against Ling, but is more than happy to play against everybody else.
Yeah.
Exactly, because like character matchups are very, very important in Tekken. Your character might not necessarily be strong against another character because maybe the nature of your opponent's character could negate some of your character's strengths like naturally. So I think that's what Hoey was thinking with the Fang pick versus Xiaoyu, because King, like I said, is notoriously not strong against Xiaoyu. So I think it's just back on his main character, because me and Jax were saying before, sometimes your best character is just the one that you're most comfortable with and the one you have the most experience with. So for Hoey, that is King. Like, King is his character, but sometimes you just need that backup character for specific matchups just to increase your chances of winning.
And people view King as a very strong and scary character in this game. Rightly or wrongly, some people disagree on this. I've heard arguments both ways, but even then, I think a lot of people, when playing against King, it starts them off on the back foot. They don't already, by the way, plug changing. Yeah, obviously not happy about playing against the King. Doesn't feel like Warren can get it done. Which we saw him do this before and bring it back, right?
It worked for him.
Drop it. Beautiful throw, not broken.
Swing.
Catches him at the wall, but great low parry. Again, it's a universal option. If you can ever call it a low, you get that little combo there.
Good punish. Not quite an optimal punish on the spring kick, but you take what you can get. Hoey with the gets the hop kick, but did reverse input.
Yeah, hits too far to the side. Great throw break of his own. It's the option. Mids blocks it. Down 2 hits counter hit.
Shot.
Yeah,
Big KO.
This is a very notorious low from Jin anyway, so you know, he's smart to abuse the low. He's very, very smart to use it well, so it got him the rounds. But let's see if Hoey can kind of react to it. So, like, he can react to the low if you're a bit on point, but it can be a bit difficult if you have a lot of mental stack on you. But yeah, let's see what Hoey can do here.
And a great back turn launcher there, baiting him in by facing the wrong direction and then kicking him through it. This will hit the wall as well. No way to tech this. Huge amount of damage coming in.
Ooh.
One more hit. Gets the big slam into the sky.
Didn't quite see the end of the power bomb, but impressive from Henchman.
Not safe for TV. Not safe for TV what happened to him at the end of that power bomb.
I think what Hoey is missing here is just some special style inputs. You know, I think that's quite missing right now. What special style is, it's a specific controller method that you can have that allows you to do inputs easier. It's not very strong, but I have a thing where I play King myself, but only with special style inputs, which is like a very nerfed version of gets the RKO out there. But yeah, it's a very limited moveset, but it's just like used for, like, you know, giggles and memes. But Hoey's starting strong here in his second match, 2 rounds up, fishes for the Power Crush Heat Engager. But IRecordYourPlug gets the float.
Speaking of the giggles and memes, ending around with the RKO for the fans. For all the original fans out there.
It was one for the viewers for sure, 100%. Giving the people what they want, Hoey. This is why he's a crowd favorite.
Going into Heat has a lot of health he can get back here. Let's see if he manages to. Take a note of where the health bar is, and take a note if it goes to 0 right now.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that's it.
Unfortunate.
Good poking from IRecordYourPlug there. Good poking there. Hoey really needs to, like this is the same scenario that IRecordYourPlug was earlier. He needs to win this because you do not want to be up 2-0 or down 2-0.
Right,
very impressive showing so far.
Great break. Again, that's going to be against the wall, which means full damage. What's the option from here? Keeps his back to the wall. Armor move will catch him. Great. Goes to the mid. Gets the mix up here.
And into the Uki Doke. Oh, into the follow up of the wall. So
such a cool
2-0 down.
Yeah. And now there's a long road for IRecordYourPlug.
Yeah, really is back against the wall here. He can't afford to make a mistake now.
Huge mountain to climb for IRecordYourPlug. You know, you have to win 3 times in a row now.
Yeah.
While Hoey just has to win once more, so it's a very difficult obstacle to overcome. But you know, it's not impossible. He can do it for sure. Yeah. But Hoey is in a very good position right now to close out the sesh. But let's see if the adaptations can be made here.
Yeah, I wonder who we're going to see here. I don't think the Jin was the character to beat Hoey's King. It didn't seem that way. I think we should see a switch back to Hwoarang here. But yeah, I hope we see a character switch. But I think if he gets on a roll, I think he can pull it back for the entire set.
It'd be interesting to see how this one goes, because realistically, this is a very, very, very vital round. Because of course, if they don't win, they're out. So they got to make the most of this. They got to also be aware that the King has been difficult for them to take down. So they got to make sure that they don't make mistakes, but also they have to be brave enough to kind of go for the juggler, go for the win here, and try and take home at least this round. So that puts a bit of pressure back on Hoey.
No, absolutely. Yeah. But like I said, Hoey's in a comfortable position right into it. Gets the heat smash in, the power bomb here.
Big power bomb. Oh, misses.
Breaks the Shining Wizard right there.
And at the end of the round, one more hit will do it. And again, I would love to see Hoey willing to do the rage arts at the end of the round like that while they're just panicking and throwing out buttons.
Being going on the attack early here. Remember, he has to, as much as I think he has to be aggressive, he also has to be smart and not make any mistakes here.
Yeah, also important to note, Plug is now locked in. He's picked Jin. He believes that Jin can get it done for the rest of the tournament.
Maybe he's seen something we didn't.
First time we've seen this stage, don't worry about it, we're in space now. That's the Earth in the background. Tech's a crazy game. There's a bear or something, don't worry.
That's us in the back, I can see us.
Gets the RKO again. Your favorite Tom there, right there. Gets the Shining Wizard to close it.
Big Shining Wizard.
Yeah, not actually a Shining Wizard, but in Tekken it's called a Shining Wizard. That's what it's called.
Yeah,
Look.
it's close enough, right? It's close enough.
Yeah, it's what they call a Shining Wizard. The dash through attack.
It's fine. It's fine. It's close enough.
But,
But again, Dean has to win here. He cannot afford to go 2-1 down in a potential match that's going to knock him out of the competition here. He needs to take this round and put a bit of pressure back on Hoey.
Yeah, great use of the armor move. Hoey going to be both players out of heat now. So just some classic old Tekken.
Oh, gets the big walls blocked here. Really bad position for IRecordYourPlug. Rage Art. Remove
Does it
the
kill
cover
Fergus?
life.
Does it kill?
It will absolutely not kill.
Oh my god.
But the
That's
bottom
the
will
greatest move
stretch
of all
in.
time.
But killing mix up here though. What's the mix
one more
up?
hit. Whiffs, no
Big
whiff
whiff.
punish. Huge low block.
Oh! Oh! Big round for IRecordYourPlug. As you guys said, you thought that was going to be the end of him, but he managed to take the round there.
Yeah, brought it back. And now, special interaction on this stage that I think we'll see right now. The floor explodes on the final round for one player. Gives you an
Floor is
extra
lava.
extension to your combo, yeah.
Just to add
What a
to
cool
the really,
minigame.
do you know what I mean? Yeah. But Hoey pops the heat, gets some pressure going. But at any moment you can pop the heat smash, which he just did. Goes for the mid into the free follow up.
What an aggressive round from Hoey,
Perfect.
just barreling
Wow.
through. And that's
Bring the
Hoey
pressure back on Plug.
one round away from knocking Plug out of the tournament. Okay.
Now
gets
all the
hit.
pressure is on Plug.
Ooh.
So
Without a
down.
doubt.
No punish. Both players activating heat the player. Oh, it was actually just armor from Hoey. Alright, catches him with the mid. Launches him. This is going to be a lot of damage.
Uh-oh.
Almost tries to catch him with the mids, but oh, nice heat smash punish, gets the full combo here. Into the Oki hell sweep. Does he do another hell sweep? No, he doesn't.
Gets the grab break. Gets the heat smash. Okay, what's the mix up? That's rough for him. We're going to see full combo. Not going for the heat or the rage art this time.
Does he grab into the rage art? He does, and he blocks it and gets his punish.
Oh, that's a
Hoey
mistake.
maintains composure, and just like that, that's Hoey going €50 up and going into the grand finals.
Well done, Hoey. Really
Incredible
impressive
play.
round by them. We did see a good showing, though, from Plug. They obviously went down under pressure in that round. They really brought it back, almost managing to survive, but Henchman Hoey was just able to maintain their dominance and able to take the victory there.
Yeah, I think IRecordYourPlug just kind of panicked a little bit there at the end, which Hoey was patient enough and composed himself enough to, manage to block the rage art, because if that rage art hit, that would be in the end of that match. So it was good patience by Hoey to bait it and to block it and get the punish to close out the set.
Yeah, it was very important. Let's not forget, we're going to get into another question for the chat now as well. Chat, are you ready for another question, another opportunity for you guys to win a prize? And a quick reminder, Muju is the perfect blend of fresh milk with amazing flavors such as strawberry, chocolate, and banana. But we have another question for you, and this time, guess what? It's something got to do with someone you've seen on screen today. That's all I'm going to give you. Who won the IGM Winter Showdown? First person to guess it correctly in chat. Obviously, you do have to be a resident of Ireland. Fergus. First person to, yeah, it was not me, chat. Yeah, you got that right. It wasn't me. First person to guess it correctly in chat wins. I have technically given you the answer, but nobody's noticed it. It was not Ronaldo. No, Ronaldo didn't win. Don't think he's won anything this year. Yeah, it wasn't Jax. Yeah, it wasn't Jax. Furhusen, that's not even a person, I don't think. Chat, I'm worried about you at the moment. Either you can't spell or you're bad at typing. It wasn't Chicken Chakra. Chat, how about this? It's one of the commentators. There you go. I'll make it easier for you. There you go. Dart Cyrus, thank you very much for being smart.
I was just kind of waiting for that,
Yeah, well done, Dart Cyrus. Congratulations. Quick little plug to Fergus winning the IGM Winter Showdown. Well done, Fergus. But yes, Dart Cyrus, congratulations. You got that one correct. Let's give a special thank you, obviously, to Muju as well for presenting this event. Absolutely fantastic event from them. Let's give one more plug here of the trophy. Before we get into our finals, we have the Muju Showdown featuring Tekken trophy here right now. Someone is going to take this home, and obviously let's not forget what the first place takes home. They also take home not only this trophy, this beautiful trophy, but custom Muju Showdown Tekken trophy. They take the Muju jersey, a beanie, and €150 in cash as well. So a lot on the line in this match, the final match. There is a lot to fight for here, guys. Who do you think is going to take it? Who's your money on? Who's your bet on? Who do we think is going to take home the W here?
Before, to answer that with full knowledge for everyone, for one player, this is going to be a lot harder. So there's one difference in this match between every other match we've played, right? We've talked about players having multiple lives in upper bracket, right? When did oh my god, when did the player in the winners final lose their life? One player still has 2 lives here, right? MLED still has 2 lives.
Vitally important.
Hoey has to take that in order to win. Hoey needs to win 2 full sets in order to take the tournament from here, where MLED just needs to win 1. So Hoey needs to first win a first to 3, doesn't matter the score as long as he gets 3 games, and then win another first to 3. So I'd like to still believe my boy Hoey, can do it, but odds are stacked against him.
Yeah. And MLED has been impressive. It's not like obviously Hoey's been very impressive as well, but MLED has been extremely impressive with the Kuma and looking like a very strong opponent. It's going to be an interesting final. We'll see. Obviously, if Hoey can take that initial match and manage to take one life off MLED and manage to bring it to a one-on-one. 1 life versus 1 life, and then obviously winner takes all situation. But it's going to be very interesting. Fergus, who do you think is going to be the winner between these two? With the knowledge, obviously, that MLED has 2 lives, essentially.
Well, like you said, like MLED has 2 lives there, so like he is in a very good position to take it. But you know, there's a thing where, you know, if you perform badly in the first match, that might carry over to the second set after the reset. So, but yeah, we have to see what happens here. So I say we get right into the matches there.
Yeah, let's get into it, guys, shall we? Let's get into this matchup. The one you've all been waiting for, Henchman Hoey versus MLED. It's going to be probably King versus Kuma. 2 of my favorite characters. Maybe we're going to see some fish. Maybe we're going to see some RKOs. It's going to be interesting. The chat loved the RKOs. The chat loved the fish. It's going to be very interesting to see who manages to take the W here. Here we go. This is it. The grand final. Oh, we're not seeing King. We've seen a change.
Oh, yeah. You won't get your RKOs now, Tom.
Oh, I'm devastated.
Unfortunately, won't get an RKO. Several of the Bear's stances, Feng has some really nice answers to with his shoulder, which is one of the better shoulders in Tekken, so I can see why Hoey would have picked Feng here. Though, we might still see the King come out, because there's plenty of games, especially if he wins, he has to get through. As we said, he has to win a whole extra set, as shown by the little L beside his name on the UI here.
Yeah, that's vitally important. Again, we've mentioned it a couple of times, but it is, again, with MLED taking this initial round here, it is massively important. Hoey cannot afford to mess up here. MLED kind of has the ability to mess up once, because they have those 2 lives.
But it's absolutely possible for Hoey to reset, because he has done it before. That he reset the IGM Summer Showdown against Chicken Chakra at an offline tournament. So Hoey did it before, he can absolutely do it again.
A great point, and we kind of talked about how the stress can get to you sometimes, right? When you are in the winner's side here and you know you have all the advantages, if you start losing, it feels like everything is slipping away, and that Dark Souls effect we've mentioned before can come back 1,000 times over. Like it just starts to all slide away, and the loser starts to run away with it. So if Hoey can keep his composure and make MLED panic, that'll be the best chance he has.
Do you think the important thing here is for Hoey to take this first matchup, which will put obviously the initial pressure on MLED here, and then maybe he can take, obviously don't forget it is first to 3 on both matches, so if he can take this first one, then the second one, and that puts a lot of pressure on MLED, then knowing that if they lose again, then it is a 1 life versus 1 life situation, winner takes all.
100%, yeah. I mean, the first game is such a tone setter here that it would be huge for Hoey to get, and a huge breath of relief if MLED takes it for him. Right?
Oh,
Let's
lot of
looking
damage.
strong here. Like when Kuma activates heat, you know, like one of the best characters in the game while he active, gets to roll it, rock and roll circus, blocks the low, not quite the punish, hits them with the fish to close it out.
I have to say, MLed has been extremely impressive today. Really, really impressive. The fish, the rolling, the fish into a rocket, it's been insane. Definitely my favorite today to watch.
What a twin pistons, calling him out with a big launcher, and that's going to take him to the wall. Emled in a huge position here to take this first game. Let's see if Hoey can pull it back, though.
Looking super, super good for Emled right now, but Hoey's catching on a little bit now. Pops the heat smash, gets us right on the mix-up. Oh, gets the big counter.
Oh, Kuma takes it!
It hits him. Hoey's so close to making that comeback, but just gets caught out by the counter hit. Wow,
now,
so close. What a close first game.
Mentally already is Hoey immediately, obviously they were already on the back foot. They know they cannot afford to mess up here. They only have that one life. But now having lost the first match of this best of 3, the initial best of 3, has that put them mentally on the back foot even more, knowing that, hey, I cannot mess up at all. Who do you guys think is going to capitalize on that? Will it be Hoey who just kind of comes out with a better attitude, maybe a different change of mindset in terms of going for it, being more aggressive and trying to get the W, or do you think it's going to help MLed as their Kuma character take the W here?
I mean, we got our answer right there. He switches to the king, so this is, like I said, this is his stronger character. So let's see if we can get some mileage out of this, because you know, Feng,
big leg drop.
Like Feng's a better matchup against Kuma, but you know, King is his better character, and sometimes that's the more important thing. But let's see what happens here.
Yeah, end of the day, the best matchup you have is the one you can win with, right? And if you can't get it done with the Feng, then he'll have to get it done with the King.
It was a big power arm, a lot of damage. RKO on the bear, we will be there, say the chat. We do want to see that. 100% we would love to see an RKO on the bear.
It count as 2 rounds if he wins with an RKO on the bear.
Why not? We'll give it to him. Oh, we can't
Alright.
give that to him.
No, unfortunately the game's rules will not let us.
Yeah, exactly. We cannot bend the rules, unfortunately, chat. I apologize.
Bear foot slam taking so much damage here. But if, I was going to say, if Hoey can outlast this heat, he's in a very good position. But unfortunately, he doesn't. He presses into it and gets hit by the big fish.
Yeah, like the fish is probably the best heat smash that the game has to offer. So like, while it looks funny, it is an incredibly strong tool.
Wow, what a call out. Just the raw hop knee. So rarely seen from Hoey. And he finds the perfect spot for it right there. Goes for the RKO. He tried to do it for you. He tried to do it.
He tried it. He went for it. An RK no that time. Welcome, I'm never comedian.
Sacrifice the wall break. Could have gotten a big wall combo, but sacrifice the wall break into the mix. Guard break into the follow-up. Closes the round here if he gets the right combo.
This could be it. Let's not forget as well, the last round. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but something huge from the last round. That was the first round that MLed lost so far.
I believe he has dropped a few. He hasn't dropped a game yet in the tournament.
Sorry, game. My bad. My game. Or my bad. Sorry. It's the first game he lost so far.
Yeah, really, really super strong run by MLed, and he's looking to continue it in the grand finals here. Let's see, catches them out of the air. We're going to see a wall combo here into the Shining Wizard.
Oh, big power bomb!
Spring kicks seen a lot against Hoey, and it's worked very often. The armor is going to be a full conversion. Doesn't get the second wall he was looking for though. The fish comes out. That's a huge chunk of damage.
Oh, big KO!
There. Yeah,
catches him with a running knee.
Yeah, he might have thought it was a Shining Wizard and tried to duck it, I think. We're seeing MLed duck a lot right now, actually. Okay, big counter hit launcher blocked. Throw misses, throw his own. Heat activate from the big headbutt.
Yeah, alright. Heat activation from Kuma back himself. Tries the 4-4-1 plus 2, but dropped it. Catches him with the low into the mix and wake up into the butt. Fish coming out now, probably.
Bring him his own big power bomb.
Big power bomb.
One more mix-up could do it here, but heat on the bear side is very scary. Where's the fish? There's the fish. We see it.
Fish.
Shining Wizard broken. Armor move. Block doesn't convert. Could have converted.
Oh, big mid.
What an adaptation. So, MLed several times in that exact situation has done the high option there. That time at the end of the round, Hoey tried to call out the high option with a duck, gets caught by the mid. Actually seeing the future from MLED catching him.
Yeah, MLED's just like so ahead of the game right now. Like he's making plans ahead of plans and I think it's difficult for Hoey to catch up. And like MLED has not lost a single match up to this point, which is insane when you think about it. So let's see if he can continue this momentum. Like Hoey is, we talk about being behind 0-2 is a really rough position to be in, but also 0-2 in before the bracket reset, which is even a bigger momentum to climb. So you have to win 3 games in a row, and then you have to win another set. It's such a huge mental stack for Hoey right now. But let's see if he can make it back going into the third match now.
Like you mentioned, he has to do that, but not only that, he has to do it against someone like you mentioned that hasn't lost a match yet, hasn't lost a game yet.
Yeah, exactly. You have to hand him his first loss of the tournament and then 5 more, right? Like that's hard to do. But if anyone can, I think Hoey can. I mean, he's shown it, right? He's here.
Exactly, he's made it this far. So if anybody can do it, he can do it. And obviously, like you said, he was one of the top 2 seeds in the tournament to begin with.
Giant swing, not going to hit wall. Let's see if he can tech it on the ground. He goes, gets the reduced damage. He nearly gone here. There's the fish. Goes to the RKO, and that's going to be the round. Try to do it for the fans.
He went for it. Is this what's cost him? Is he going for too many RKOs?
I mean, if he does and he feels that the fans betrayed him, we'll see a heel turn for sure.
Yeah, you might lose the game, but you won't lose the fans,
Hogan joining the NWO coming, Alright, double mid blocked, good punish, not full punish though. Goes for the extent, or the heat smash. Again goes for the RKO and it's ducked. Costing him a lot, that's basically the equivalent of a full health bar just lost from RKOs.
Yeah, he's making mistakes. Obviously, maybe he's in desperation mode where he knows he has to win here, or maybe he's taking chances he wouldn't normally take.
It will work out for him though if he can weather the storm right now. There's the fish again. He's set up a lot of mental stack now with that mid, right?
Oh,
that's the beauty. He gets the conversion.
Ooh.
Good counter launcher. MLED just tried to overextend a little bit there under pressure, but got countered by Hoey, which Hoey absolutely needs this if he wants to bring it back.
You have to think the next time Hoey's in the run stance, the mid should be free, right? Last 2 times have been ducks, unless MLED tries to be a genius and already guess the adaptation, right?
I mean, that's the mind game, right? Like, why would I go for this thing again? That got me punished so many times. So it is a mind game in itself.
Surely he won't choose rock again.
Exactly.
The low, great block on that low. Great reaction. Both players in heat now. There's the fish. It catches him and kills him.
So MLED's on tournament sets. So if he wins this round, he wins the entire thing.
Bro died to a
and
salmon.
Will that affect Hoey? Will that affect Hoey knowing that, again, like you said, Fergus, if he loses this, it's tournament over.
Yeah, and for MLED, next round wins you €150, right? If you can take this round, you get the win over a top player in the scene.
Maybe we're seeing the pressure get to him here because it looks like Hoey's taking this round quite comfortably, in fact.
Yeah, he's pulled it back there. But sometimes that will happen in tech. We'll have to see if Hoey can keep it up. That'll be the important. He needs to keep it up for a long time from here on out, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Hoey is just getting a little bit desperate here. He's really trying to land the grabs, but MLED's just not allowing it. Gets the punish in, tries to get a big combo going here to close out the match.
What a crazy option. MLED is looking a bit more hesitant, but he's picking it up now. At the start of the round, he looked more hesitant, but now he seems to be getting into it more. All right, good jabs, catching him. MLED's trying to press so bad. He wants to fish. He wants to fish so bad right now. There it is.
Fish! Fish!
Great armor! Oh. What an option!
Oh! Big, huge win. Let's not forget what we said. That is MLED's first match loss so far this tournament.
Yeah. Now do it again 5 more times, right?
Yeah, 5 more times.
Exactly, that's it. It's huge mental stack. But I think Hoey, once you get that one win, you might feel a bit more confident. You might feel a bit more comfortable. So he's definitely gonna feel that going into next coming matches. But he has to. He doesn't have a choice because if he loses one game, the tournament's over and MLED's the winner. So he has no choice but to lock in now.
Yeah.
You mentioned Jackson. You mentioned him backing off. Do you think that was kind of pressure getting to him, or do you think it was a strategy that he just decided to do, but it was the wrong strategy?
Now, we've talked before, sometimes when a player is winning, they get to that stage where the win is so close that you then change how you played the entire time that got you there. Now, I think Emlet adapted better than most. Halfway through that last round, we saw him going back to that more aggressive style, right? But I think it was just a bit too little too late. What a punish on the G-Clef. Emlet finishing the string.
Yeah, I think Hoey's getting a little bit more creative with his timings and his offense right now, so let's see what happens here.
There we go.
And the only reason he can get that creative is because Emlet's freezing up a little bit more right now, right? He's choosing some panic options. It's interesting to see. It's not really how he's played the rest of the time.
That's the word, panic. Maybe taking that loss that, like we said, we mentioned multiple times now, he hasn't taken one yet until the last round. Maybe that's getting to him. Maybe he is panicking.
Good punish on the while standing 2. Not the full punish. Gets the RKO this time.
Beautiful RKO.
But the fish is pretty good answer.
Gets caught by the smash though into the power bomb to close out the round.
Suddenly,
also, super interesting thing to note for King. When King's in heat, he's one of the few characters who can actually get more heat meter into the RKO again. Every throw he lands gives him heat back. So successful throws prolong the amount of time he's in heat.
That's a very important thing to note as well. 100%.
All right,
but we are seeing Henchman Hoey almost turn up a level here.
Yeah, but very close this round.
Tier.
Oh, nice with the rage arm.
Unfortunately, the first time he's done rage out at the end of a round and it is blocked. Maybe just choosing the wrong player to do it against. All right, both players a little hesitant at the start of this round until Emlet dives in.
Yeah, he's a bit predictable with that. Like, Hoey is staying on the ground a lot, so I think Emlet just needs to choose more grounded options to catch Hoey staying on the ground.
Swing again here. Into the wall? No, away from the wall.
And again, you see Emlet, because he's in heat, desperate to get back in as soon as possible to keep that heat pressure up without wasting any. But the Shining Wizard isn't broken, and just like that, we have Hoey going 2 games up, handing him his second loss fast.
Now, if you're Emlet in this situation, you had 2 lives. You're now 1 loss away from going down to 1 life, and then it being an even playing field. Is it a situation where we could see Emlet maybe change up or go back to being as aggressive as you mentioned they were in those initial rounds, Jax? Maybe they need to go back to what they were doing because they seem to have changed a little bit, and that's cost them here.
Yeah, and it's this would be a really rough game for Emlet to lose, right? Because not only does it reset it and go back, it's resetting it from a position where Emlet was 2-0 up, right?
Yeah.
He was so close to winning the entire tournament, and if this win happens for Hoey, it's reset, right? He has to get those 2 games back. He's come from being an inch away from winning to now he's exactly where he was at the start of this match, but Hoey's a hell of a lot closer to winning.
Yeah, no,
what do you
it's not.
Think, Ferguson?
You know, because like I've been in a situation before. Like you've been you're two games up on the winner's side, and then the other guy starts winning more and more, and you're like, oh damn, and then you kind of like fall apart a little bit. So it's very, very important for Emlet to stay composed. Like he's still in a good position if he wants to close out the match.
Great. Try to adjust the combo. We're into the next game, by the way. Back on the boat stage, back on the party stage. Both players no heat already.
Like you're seeing like a bear and a wrestler fighting the boat. Like, what do you do?
Average day in Paris. All right, both mids blocked. 7 seconds left on the round.
Oh, big KO.
So important to know, at the end of rounds, if the time does run out, the player with the highest percentage health wins the round. So the pressure is really on the player with lower health to move forward and take the lead back.
Yeah, Hoey looking like a different beast right now compared to the previous tournament. So let's see if he can keep this going.
It's almost like he handed the controller to his older brother. You know how you get that feeling when you're playing against someone on a game and then suddenly they turn up after you beat them? That's what it feels like here.
How intimidating Hoey is as a physical presence. The idea of his older, bigger brother is very scary. All right, heat used for Bear here. No advantage gained. Gonna have to just win it with the normal Bear moves. What a great sidestep and back turn. Heat's the right call here. This I don't think is dead.
Ooh.
It's not dead, but in a very good, not dead, but in a very, very good position still. Because Hoey's going to get some light back while removing the light back from Emlet there. So killing mix up here. Let's see if he guesses this correctly. He
Goes for the
shots.
alley kicks. Oh, classic King low. Very punishable if called out, but a very funny little meme low that King
Big
has.
DDT.
Yeah, it's such a strong round ender anyway because it's so
Yeah.
quick with good range. But yeah, MLED bringing it back. I think MLED's going for a lot of grabs, but it's not quite landing them.
Yeah, and
Are we
as
seeing-
you
are we
pointed out,
seeing
totally
Emlet
different
panic
Hoey
here?
right now. It looks like it, right? It's either Emlet's panicking or Hoey's a completely different person.
Yeah. Either
Right.
Emlet is panicking or Hoey has that older brother that he passed the controller to here. Either or is happening right now. But Emlet did manage to take this round.
Yeah, like
Maybe
we
I-
mentioned yesterday, both players, important thing to note, armor lets you go through a hit, but you still take the damage. The Hoey chose an armor move there and got hit, didn't have the health to tank it.
What's he
Ooh,
going
I
for the
think we're
swing
about to
again
see a
here?
reset here, maybe.
Hoey being Cesaro's biggest fan these games.
It seems like it, right?
He'd activate, blocks the shove, fish out
Fish!
early.
Is that a
Hoey doing the
desperation
run
move?
stuff.
Oh,
Well,
this
Fish
he
is
again.
has little did you know he had a second
Ooh.
fish.
It was
Where
rocket
is-
fish. Here we
Where's he getting
go.
all these
Everybody's
fishes from?
favorite.
Like,
Well,
I
we are
mean,
next. We are on the water, so
Yeah, on the
that
river.
explains it at least for this round.
Look below their feet, there's fish right there. Alright.
Maybe he needs a
mid
bigger
block.
fish.
oh, gets the counters on Hoey Reed,
Wow.
and he
And
pops
he's
off
popping
there a little
off.
bit.
Throws a little bit of a
absolutely you.
taunt in at the end to rub it in his opponent's face, which one just feels good, but two,
Yeah.
super demoralizing moment for Emled, right?
Absolutely
Like adds
huge.
on that mental stack.
Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but did Emlet not go 2 up in that matchup as well?
Emled was at one stage
Yeah.
1 round away from winning the tournament, I believe.
Yeah. And now it's on an even playing field.
Now he has to win 9 rounds to win the tournament, right? He's gone
Yeah.
from he won 1 round to he has to do 9 rounds now. Whereas Hoey's gone from I have to win 6 times, now it's just 3. And both
Yeah.
players have to win 3 now, right? Like, that's such a huge mental shift for both players.
Absolutely, and now we're going to see the L on MLED's side as well above his health bar to indicate that they are both in the loser side now. So whoever loses absolutely loses.
Yeah.
This
they're
is
both
it. This
going
is for all
it.
the marbles. This is for the Muju Showdown trophy. Obviously, the winner does get the Muju trophy. They get a Muju jersey, beanie, and that €150. A lot of money and a great trophy to the winner, as we see the fish again coming out.
Run stance. Ducks the RKO.
Oh,
Yeah, already Emled's looking more aggressive, right?
good confidence
Already.
booster there for Emlet, surely. Having taken that loss there, they needed to win that initial round.
Yeah, I think MLED just needs to rely less on grabs because they haven't really been working, and he's been trying to go for them a lot. But Hoey's been breaking them every time, so maybe he needs to switch up offense a little bit.
Instant
again.
fishy. Don't know if I agree with that. We're seeing Emled use his heat smash instantly instead of using the strong heat moves that Kuma has. And even with the
big
tech
KO.
there, the giant swing is enough to kill. Big counter
Yeah,
hit
he shot.
launcher. That is a counter hit launcher too, so that will be a full combo. Does he go? He goes for it. That's actually really hard to do. You have
Big
to run
power
up,
bomb.
perfectly sidestep, jab, and then get a running instant input.
Emlet
Yeah.
back on the back foot again. Maybe having got that initial confidence boost, losing straight after that so quickly
Yeah,
could be
Whereas-
mentally damaging.
good
Big power bomb
sidestep into
again.
heat smash.
Ooh.
Odd move choice from Emled there too. I wonder if that was a missed input. Alright, the forward neutral 2, hitting him with these lows, poking him. Finally one is blocked and punished. And again, low. Wow. Lots of lows coming out here, trying to establish a new mind game. Alright, jab string blocked. Gets the counter hit, just does the button again. Blocked the first time, doesn't matter, does it again. And that's going to be like 60%, if not more, of Hoey's health.
Yeah, I think
Where's
MLED's
the
getting a
big-
little bit more desperate. He's really pressing a lot more options, trying to force some mind games going on here, but gets the jab in to kill him.
Well, is that how they need to play? Because that seems to be what's working for them. Like you mentioned, if they are more aggressive and they don't consistently go for the same grab moves, they seem to be winning rounds.
Exactly, yeah. It's just about ferrying your options, keep your opponent on their toes, keep them guessing between different options, right? That's like fighting games in a nutshell. But Hoey gets it, the grab going. What's the mix up here?
Goes for the king bridge. The surfboard.
Surfboard coming up.
On a bear. Don't worry about it. His hands aren't in the right place. He's too big. Don't worry about it. What a sidestep into the Twin Pistons. That's a great starter to come back in this round. Drops the combo. That's so unfortunate.
Oh, this could be it.
That was a very strange drop, but Hoey has managed to capitalize on that. For the first time in his session now, he's finally in the leads.
So as you mentioned, Hoey went from having to win 6 to now only having to win 2, which is huge. Absolutely huge. The confidence boost that will give him.
And MLED went from having to win 3, winning 2, and now has to win 3, right? Like full reset. Like it's such a hard mental moment to be in. And interesting as well, we mentioned earlier the mind games that were established with the RKO and MLED ducking it. At the end of that round, he did the mid option. MLED ducked expecting the RKO and got hit by the mid. So the mind games are finally paying off for Hoey too.
Here we go straight into the next one.
Same stage as well. Maybe they feel comfortable. Not an ideal stage for MLEDs because bears are very, very powerful at walls. So not ideal. So this is very much so in Hoey's favor.
But you wouldn't be able to tell from the health bars right now because that is the first round already. 15 seconds in.
Perfect as well. Running. That's maybe some confidence back for MLED after that.
Also worth throwing out, the bottom right-hand corner of the screen is a running counter of the matches won in a row by Hoey.
That when you point that out, that's incredibly impressive from Hoey.
Yeah, it's also there on MLED's screen, right? He'll want nothing more right now than to get rid of that number.
Yeah.
Kingbridge again not broken. Twice he's gone for that option. And gets the Oki. MLED getting up wrong. He needs to be aware of that situation and not try to get up with the back row like he did.
Great to confirm that string. So tries to catch him with the slow low, but Hoey managed to react in time. Didn't get the punish on that, which was very strange, but let's see this.
Yeah, what's he got? Going for the 10 hit again. Doesn't go for the low at the end. Alright. Run stance. Doesn't duck this time. Good option. Great block
a lot of
in the
grabs
low.
Again, like you mentioned, Fergus, which just doesn't seem to be working for them.
Yeah, it's just a matter of like ferrying your options at this point, right? Oh, gets the big launch on the Twin Pistons.
Very risky move to throw out, and the
power bomb. Oh.
Right, what's the option at the end here? The armor move is so good into the leg drop. What a call out! Recognizing that MLED's been approaching with that move for an aggressive approach to get in and just armoring through it. Excellent from Hoey.
Now MLED is staring down the barrel of defeat here, knowing that if they lose this one, they're one loss away from losing the entire tournament when they were, as you mentioned, one round away from winning the entire tournament. How this has happened, they must be questioning. And there it is. Suddenly, they're one loss away from losing this entire thing.
Yeah, and now we talked about Hoey when he was 2 down, having the mountain to climb in front of him, right? We've talked about that several times, of you have to not lose a game for the rest of the tournament. And now, MLED finds himself in that situation. From having the most possible lost games he could tank in the entire tournament, to now the least. Like, it's very scary.
Yeah, like Hoey going from the worst position possible to the best position possible is such a huge change. You know, of course, like we talked a lot about adaptations, like Hoey made the adaptations there. He was noticing that MLED wasn't breaking certain throws, so he started going for those specific throws more, and they paid off. And again, another stage with huge space to work with. Not ideal for bears to work with, so MLED going to have to work a lot here.
And as you mentioned, Fergus, in that second match, was the character change vitally important here?
Oh, absolutely. But, you know, like I said, King is his character. Like, that's who he's most comfortable with. Even if Fang might be a better character and also might be a bit better against Kuma, but at the end of the day, it's who you're better with. So we're going to see a lot. We're going to see a lot of King action here now. Hoey making a huge comeback with King.
Yeah, and honestly, it's not even just adaptations. It's like Hoey woke up. That sidestep on the running 3+4 was fantastic. He's like a different, like, we're genuinely, he's just like, this is a Hoey we haven't seen today yet.
Or maybe they passed the pad to his big brother.
maybe.
Okay, finishes a very unsafe string, and MLED's going to get a full combo, but drops the combo again. Several combo drops we've seen from MLED.
Is the pressure getting to MLED, perhaps?
It's what it looks like, and it's really not the time you can have that happen to you.
No. like you mentioned, seeing that wins 5 for Hoey on his screen is maybe getting to him mentally.
Yeah.
Hoey just one more round to win the whole tournament now.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that. How fast we got here from where we were, you know?
Don't forget, a mere few minutes ago, MLED was 1 round away from winning the whole tournament.
Yeah.
And now it's Hoey.
Even the better bear costume isn't saving him right now. And just even Hoey's working on a perfect in this final round. Okay, the fish stops it. Good duck on the RKO. That's a great start to coming back. But he has no heat on the table.
He really wanted to end with the RKO for the fans there, but I think he's fishing for it right now. Gets the
big power bomb.
That's enough to kill out of nowhere.
And Hoey takes it with the power bomb to take the whole tournament.
I can't believe that. Extremely impressive from Henchman Hoey. You really have to give him a round of applause on that. Well done, Henchman Hoey. Absolutely, extremely impressive comeback. 6 down. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane from Henchman Hoey. Be honest, guys. At the start of that grand final, did you think Hoey was going to be able to do it?
I'll be honest with you, I did. But 2 games in, I didn't. At the very start of the set, yeah, I thought Hoey could do it. 2 games in and 2 rounds in, I did not think he could. But as we moved on, it was just a different Hoey, right? Like, we saw it. Took the mask off and there was a different beast underneath, like...
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, you could root for a player, hey, look, you know, this guy's going to win, and then they start losing 2 games, or actually, you know, wait, never mind, and then they actually start making a huge comeback, like Hoey, then you're actually, no, that's my boy right there.
Yeah, that's the guy I know, you know? And again, MLED had such an amazing tournament, right? Like, to take a moment, like, Hoey went into losers bracket very early, like, we were surprised how early it was, so he had so many games to play. MLED didn't drop up until Hoey a single game, let alone a set, right?
Yeah.
The records for both these players, great showing from both. But on today, Hoey had it.
And I have to say, we mentioned commentators curse a couple of times today, and it wasn't until we mentioned the MLED not losing a match that he tanked and lost 6 in a row. So maybe we cursed MLED. And
everyone received their payment from Hoey for saying that, right?
Yeah.
For the commentators.
Got my brown envelope here.
We got the confirmation from Hoey in chat there. At least he did try to finish with the RKO. I knew he was like, when he went first, I knew he was fishing for it.
Yeah, Hoey's very much a player who goes for those hype moments. He loves it. So, yeah.
We love that. Absolutely fantastic from Hoey. Congratulations once again, Hoey. Great performance from you. Absolutely brilliant. And don't forget, this is what you're taking home, Hoey. I have it right now. I'm not going to try compete against you for it because I don't think I'll win. But this is where you're taking home the Muju Showdown featuring Tekken trophy. It is absolutely beautiful. I've had this thing for a couple of days now. I've been able to look at it and admire it. It is absolutely beautiful. But guys, over 2 days, we've had an amazing tournament. Yesterday, we've seen some amazing action. We've seen 4 people from yesterday move on to today. And unfortunately, they weren't able to progress too far into the tournament today, but it just shows you the kind of level that there is in the tournament. Day 2 was absolutely insane. We see some ridiculously close matches, some amazing matches. Have you guys got a favorite match from the winner, Hoey, or was it indeed the grand final that was your favorite match of all the matches that managed to come true?
Well, I think it has to be the grand finals, right? Because that was a story in itself, you know, like MLED was looking dominating. He had 1 round to go to close out the whole tournament, but then Hoey just, I don't know, he just locked in, as we say, and just reversed it completely, like did the impossible, closed it out, and is taking home that trophy.
Yeah, I think to add on to that, honestly, my 2 favorite matches of the entire events, and I'm not just saying this, were both grand finals. I think the grand finals yesterday was such a good showing for those players, showing that they were the best in that tournament yesterday. And then the grand finals today was just great Tekken, right? It was showing the heart, and it was showing the mental stuff that we talked about. Like, it was the culmination of us talking about stuff and it happened, right? Like, absolutely incredible.
And obviously we have the top 3 people taking home the prizes. So obviously we have IRecordYourPlug finished in 3rd place today. A valiant effort from them. They're taking home a Muju jersey, a Muju beanie, and obviously €50 in cash prize. And then obviously, unfortunately for MLED, finishing in second place when they were so close to taking home the trophy. MLED taking home a Muju jersey, a Muju beanie, and of course €100 in cash prize. And then once again, congratulations to the amazing performance from Henchman Hoey, our Muju showdown featuring Tekken 8 champion, taking home the wonderful Muju showdown trophy. A Muju beanie, a Muju jersey. Here is the trophy they are taking home. All of that stuff and €150 in cash as well for Henchman Hoey. So big congratulations to them. Community trivia prize winners will be messaged on the Twitch profile they answered correctly on. If you're wondering where your prize is, you will be contacted. Do not worry about that. But guys, big thank you to Muju, Phoenix Group, Irish Gaming Market, and of course, big thank you to Fergus and Jax as well for being the co-coms on this. They did an absolutely amazing job, guys. Me as a noob, you guys have been extremely helpful to me in explaining different things and helping me understand the game and helping me understand every little aspect to it. Little nuggets of information that you've been able to give me. It's been a great experience to work with you guys. Thank you very much.
I mean, thanks for having us. Honestly, to double down on that, yeah, like it's to Muju for this. Like it's great to have these like this online. Like genuinely, the Irish Tekken scene. It's so fantastic to get a showcase like this for us. Like actually amazing. And yeah, IGM and Phoenix Group putting on amazing events. Like it's been a while since we've had good Tekken events in Ireland, in Dublin at least. And IGM's been very responsible for several of the best so far. So yeah, huge thank you from us. Like, 100%. We're happy to be here. We love Tekken. We're always going to be happy to be here, you know?
Oh, it's great to see more esports online events in Ireland. And we do have to agree that we have to give a special shout out to the production team and the tournament organizers as well. It's been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. You guys have made this easy. I'm sure Fergus, Jax, I'm sure you both think the same. They've made this easy for us.
Incredibly run. Yeah, fantastic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No complaints at all. Like, perfect. Like,
so all that remains, guys, is to say thank you to everybody who's taken part, winners and losers, but most importantly, the winners. You will be contacted with your prize, including Hoey, who will be taking home, if I decide to let it go. No, Hoey, I'm joking. You could curse. You're taking home this beautiful Muju Showdown trophy. You all will be contacted winners for your prizes. Congratulations once again to our top three. In third place, IRecordYourPlug. In second place, MLED, and of course our winner, our champion, Hoey. Congratulations, mate. Congratulations, Henchman Hoey, our Muju Showdown Tekken 8 champion. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been absolutely fantastic. We do hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for staying with us over this last 2 days. It's been a wonderful time. Have a good night, people. We'll see you next time. Thanks once again to everybody involved. Muju, Phoenix Group, IGM, the production team, Fergus and Jax. And of course, thank you to you, chat, and thank you to everybody that took part in the tournament. We'll see you next time, maybe in the future. Have a good one. Peace out, everybody. Goodbye.